Alrighty, now let's figure out what there is to learn from this guy now that his bullshit has been kind of revealed. Now is the time to bait what we want to know out of him. What happens if we bluff with Max HG? Yes, he asked Max HG to make something. I don't know what exactly it is, but I bet he doesn't know that I don't know. I've talked to Max HG. Hot Panted theater? You know. What did the pile of wood say? Nothing, but he recorded key memories on magnet wire reels. I saw it all, what you asked him to make. Automatons. Useless pieces of junk. Ideally, I'd like a few more days for fine-tuning. Now that you've found out, I'll just take it out for a spin. Now, hand it over. The key. What key? The board key you opened this meditation chamber with. What do you want it for? You can open the door anytime you want. Because it's not just the key to this chamber. I made it that way so that even if it's stolen, the thief would bring it back to me, just like you did. Not gonna happen. Be a good boy and hand it over, Tai Ching. Ah! What does that mean? Watch out, he can... Or do you have it, Triratna? Transia. What causes that? What's going on? The key! The key! There you go, Transia. Thank you. He's commanding us by our true names. The ones that everyone already knows? Said the same way? Huh? He's what? A classic commanding spell. Not lethal, but quite handy given the right circumstances. All I need is a name. Did any of us mention our names? You don't need to, because I know you. There was a popular fairy tale story in Bluescales. Every granny knew it. A long time ago in Mount Panted, there was a monk and a priest. A wolf, a fox, and a snake overheard their debates and gained amazing powers. It's outdated these days, but not so hard to find if you dig around in old books. Tell me, what's the last time that you went back to Mount Panted? Where is Mount Panted anyway? No, stop! It took me 2 decades to figure out. You don't need that much time. Come on. What do you mean? It was Mount Painted. The story was based on a painting scroll by the legendary artist Dong Bei. They're all inklings. You're a kid now, you're a squid now. No, that's not right. Like most of his works, the scroll was not signed. However, young Eggett saw it and fell in love with it. He became the Obscure's apprentice because of it. It's a pivotal moment in Eggett's life. I can't possibly get it wrong. You're all artborns from Dong Bei's paintings, just like me. I couldn't recall the exact moment of my birth. Can you? Any of you? This isn't happening. I suppose you were born very recently. Otherwise, I'd have known. I keep track of all artborns in Bluescales. A painting over a century old, giving birth to artborns only recently. Why is that? because the obscure was not as good as what he'd eventually become when he painted your scroll? I'd like to do more research if I had more time, but right now there's something else needing my attention. A beautiful full moon night, wouldn't you say? Perfect for a flight. Flight? You must have seen it in HD's memory, but the real thing is much more impressive, trust me. What is that awful sound? Like a giant machine and a huge beast roaring at the same time. My head's splitting. Behold, my young kin, draconic wrath, the wondrous machine built by Max HD. I am its heart, while other Artborn serve as its flesh and bone. What do you want to do with this? We are many and one, working towards a shared cause, like a machine of precision. It was how the nobilis began their reign. Now it's our turn. Unite life and unlife, machinery and magic. We will reforge the blessing, witness the dawn of a new era. Cheap villain cliche. Oop. He's gooping it. He's Ivan oozing it. Interesting. So maybe... Ooh, that's a cool scene. I wonder if we've never met before. I wonder if the three of our characters have actually never met in person before, and they just have memories because of their story, but actually don't know each other and aren't actually friends, which would explain their lack of familiarity and them having to figure out, recognize each other and be like, oh, you must be... The commanding effect has expired. Or maybe the spellcaster moved out of the effective range. Remind me to plug my ears when we see him again. Look, there. Did they have to hear the spell for it to work? The giant machine's circling the mountain and rising. It's kind of slow. I think we can outrun... we can outrun it if we climb fast. Get up the mountain, jump aboard, then figure out a way to bring him down. Do we want to do that? Of course. Whatever he wants to do in this giant machine, it can't be good. It'd be too late if this thing rises above the mountain itself. Get moving. What do you think, Triratna? Triratna? You knew? Knew what? That we're Artborns. I wasn't really sure, alright? It was just a vague feeling. I followed Johnny into a higher dimension surrounded in dragon ink. He said no one could get out, except for he and his kin. I thought I was dead for sure, but before I knew it, I was outside. There's only one explanation. It was a crazy idea, though, so I didn't want to dig any further. After that, I found this new ability to channel dimensional energy. It kind of supported what I didn't dare to face. I had questions about my childhood memories, or the lack of them. Then I found a family of Artborns in this deserted theater. One of them was invisible to anyone who was not an Artborn. Somehow, I was able to see her clear as day. She told me things that brought up my own memories. So I went to do a little research on our old home, Mount Panted. I guess you know what I found. No wonder. Now I see why you two aren't so eager to meet me. Because meeting in person would put an awkward issue on the table. That we've never really met before. Leave that for later, Triratna. Now we should... For later? How could you say that? It's about our lives, our family, our everything. It's all fabricated. For my whole life, I thought... I don't know what I thought anymore. It's not fabricated unless you believe it is. Also, the part where there was a process through which it was literally fabricated. Please. I think I need some quiet time. Come on. Give him a break. We don't have time. You have any better idea? Like charm him? I wouldn't do that. He'd actually reciprocate. Trust Triratna. He will come to his senses. We did it. He could too. You're right. We have each other in more than one sense. Right. Let's go then. We have a flight to catch. Yeah. Fetching and Transia breasted the mountain just in time to catch Art's flying machine. Treading carefully against the whooshing wind, they found... Well, I guess we're back at the beginning of the game with a whole lot more context. Like, so much more. In fact, the only context we had so far turned out to be a lie, because they aren't who they are supposed to be. Or specifically, they're the physical manifestations of that story, and not just random people. It is interesting, because I was not on the path at all that they were Artborns. I didn't really think about that. But I was calling into question the fact that they somehow are framed like they're the origin of old beastlings, which would imply that they've just been around for so long. They've been here since before every other beast ever existed. Like they're the ancestors of them all. And then there were so many questions about the origins of them, like did they all come into existence through similar means, and that's how there's so many different species, or did these three somehow, are they the ancestors of all the beastlings? Like, how does that work? And the answer is they didn't. It's just a story. Beastlings were probably here the whole time, and there's just like a folktale about their origins. And these two are the literal manifestation of that story, and it doesn't make sense because it actually doesn't make sense because they're actually not. They're not. The story's not real, even though the people in it are, because you can make people and stories real in this setting, which is wild. What now? This thing doesn't even have an open vent. Of course, Transi is absent when we need him. When we need him most. Triratna is absent when we need him most. There, an opening. Finally. Charge. Let's do what we can before Triratna gets back. Sure. Just gotta hope he shows up. I guess we know that he'll show up because that's where he was there. How do you get those ones up there? What's this? Deep tech system. Like the fancy elevator lock back in camp? More or less. This one has no conduits. I mean those green lines. It's designed this way to hide its keys. We need a Karmari to locate the keys or some new tech expert to hack it. Do we know any new tech expert? I used to know one, but forget about him now. Let's push forward. I wonder if Sherlock is ever going to show up in the story, like he's going to manifest somehow. A deep tech panel, but locked. What's this? Jumping on an upward spring bounces you high up. Try it out. Is the dragon gonna go upside down? Because that one's on the ceiling. I wonder if they're gonna inverted castle this place, and that might make some of the other ones I can't reach make more sense. That one looks hard to reach. Yeah, it's a low ceiling. Here. Oh yeah. Something is up. Whee! Oh, not the towers of Hanoi or shish kebab. These rooms are fun. There's another switch over there. Shall we try it out? There's a lot of stuff over there. And you only care about a switch? Old habits die hard. I've been dealing with too many switches lately. What? I think it is the Towers of Hanoi. I was kind of joking, but you do actually grab them and they're in ascending order. I can't seem to put them back on the thing yet. Seems to be a math problem. Jack and Gerald bought a skewer of meatballs together. There were 5 meatballs, so they fought over who should have the extra one. In the process, 2 meatballs dropped to the ground. A dog came out of nowhere and scooped up one of them. So how many meatballs did they have left at the end of the day? Place the right number of the discs and the browns on the right. Pull the lever to check your answer. First grader math? Duh. I know this one. Oh yeah, smart boy. Okay. Well, they dropped 2, but the dog got 1. So they still have 4 of them. Unless there's a trick to the phrasing of it, like the skewer only matters. The dog got one of the ones that fell on the floor, right? Not one of the ones that's on the skewer? I'm wrong? There were 5, so they fought over who should have the extra one. In the process, 2 meatballs dropped to the ground. A dog came out of nowhere and scooped up one of them. There should be one that's on the ground. This could be a trick. It could be that they mean 2 because they're splitting them. So of the 4, they're splitting them in half to get 2. They could also mean 0 because they're going to eat all of them, and so they'll have none. What the? 5 meatballs, dropped 2, the dog took 1. Of course there's 2 left. No, that's not it. That's not what I meant at all. You might want to read that again, dude. The dog scooped up a meatball. Of course it's one of the 2 on the ground. I can imagine a dog jumping that high and only getting 1 meatball off a skewer. You don't know that. They are bouncy dogs, and what am I doing? This machine doesn't accept arguments anyway. I see. It's not a math problem, but a trick question. But I don't know what the trick is, because I already tried 4. That's what I tried first, because it made sense. They have none left because they're going to eat them all? Dude, 0? How did you graduate from elementary school? Well, that was an accident, haha. They had 5 meatballs and a dog took 1 of them, so they have 4. That's why I'm confused. But I tried that already, didn't I? And this is the one that doesn't give me feedback. But it's the next logical outcome, right? Is the idea that the dog scooped up 1 of them, but the one that's on the floor counts as being gone? I guess so. But why? Why? They dropped 2 meatballs, 1 of them got picked up by the dog. There should be 3 left on the skewer. Yeah, it should be 3 no matter how you look at it. Well, except for all the other ways I looked at it. Oh, I get it. It's a trick question. Have you noticed the wording? How many meatballs did they have left at the end of the day? What do you think happened to all the meatballs that did not drop on the ground? Have to look at the other way around. So it's 1 meatball because they dropped 2 of them and the dog got 1 of them, but they ate all the remainder ones, so the one on the ground is the one that they have left because they don't want to eat it. It's not very good security because at that point you could just brute force all 5 possible answers. 6 possible answers? 6. 0 through 5. 2 meatballs dropped, 1 of them got snatched by the dog, 3 left in the skewer. At the end of the day, of course, Jack and Jill ate all 3 meatballs left. The dog ate 1. What was left was just the one on the ground. Okay. I'm surprised that was not Towers of Hanoi. There's a painting to hop into. That string is pulled taut. There must be something heavy on the other end. Maybe I should untie it. Ugh! Alarming. Oh, that's Towers of Hanoi. The big heading is rules, followed by more details. Great plates must not touch the ground. Plates must be mounted in a specific order, smaller ones above larger ones. Win by moving the 5 plates to the right spoke. Yep. It's Towers of Hanoi. Another puzzle? What's with these machine-making people? Do they have to put puzzles and riddles everywhere? Complaining doesn't help. I've read about something like this before. A faraway Buddhist country, there was a temple where monks moved plates back and forth among 3 spokes every day. Now I know why you chose Taoism. I'm not a big fan of plates either. According to the book, such a puzzle with 5 plates should take at least 31 moves to solve. You're not serious, are you? Unless we can find a workaround. Dude, it's fine. It's Towers of Hanoi. Oops. What now? According to the rules, gray plates must not touch the ground. But why? Everything else is allowed to touch the ground. This is unfair to gray plates. Wait, everything else? I didn't want to touch the ground. I tripped. I did them on the wrong plate in the first place, didn't I? I started the process on the wrong row and now I've got to like repair it. It's all fucked up. I think I've never taken this long to solve Towers of Hanoi, but I've never really had that much of a system. I just kind of have gone. And now I've like got myself a little stuck. I have done this before. I'm having trouble getting the bottom plate off of its original peg. Just want to move it. I like to move it, move it. You'll like to move it. Bow, 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 bow. Ha 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 ha. Oops. Okay, it's finally moved at least. That's something. Okay, now it's at this final destination. Now I just need to continue to shimmy everything else till it gets over there. Well, my goal is to make a tower in the middle. They're similar enough looking that it's a little hard to tell which size each one is. There's 3, 2, 1. Ha! Congratulations! That did it. Now we should be able to go forward. Right? What's that sound? There, Tai Ching. A path. I don't know if I want to jump in that hole right now. Wait, I can't go this way anymore? No, I never went up the painting. I didn't know which order was going to be the next main way forward. I still need to check out the painting direction. Oh well. Aren't I back at the beginning? Huh? We've gone a full circle or what? Looks like so. But this room was not identical to where we came from. The place is designed like a maze. Over there. There's an extra path. Yeah, let's see where that goes. What if I go back up here to see the painting path? All of these are back. I can't turn into Transia. So I guess there never was a path. Now that I've done Towers of Hanoi, I can't wait to do the puzzle with the 3 jugs of water. Yay, and then we'll do Lights Out again. And then a sliding tile puzzle. And then Unblock Me, the one with the traffic, the cars that need to park. No, I missed one. Whoa! Why did the background do that? Ah! I keep not quite seeing when it happens. What caused that? My Buddha. Yeah, a huge Buddha. I like this place. For starters, no puzzle or riddle in sight. I get it that you're having puzzle PTH. I get it if you're having puzzle PTSD. There's no way forward, see? I guess at least one more puzzle is due. Kill me already. Or we need Triratna to show up to obliterate the wall. Don't you feel weird? The Buddha is an actual sculpture. The tree next to it is a mural. Not really. Buddhists like all sorts of weird metaphors. This could be another one of them. Or, if they're all like Triratna, this would be the punchline to some kind of lame joke. Could be. Why was the tree so vain? Because every time it saw a mirror, it would check itself out. Haha, says my Triratna emulator. Nah, that's lame. I wish the real Triratna was here with us right now. He will catch up eventually. Just give him some time, some love. Something old, something new. Saw trap. Saw trap. Help me! Help! What the fuck? We playing Ballard now? Good or evil, life or death. It's all a matter of choices. Now make your choice. The heart of the cards. 1 out of 2? I can't do this. Some hints, please? Left? Oh. Is the answer just to make any choice at all? And you win? Oh god. I got lucky. Got lucky? Was that just a random guess? What do you expect, dude? A random guess is a 50% success rate. Pretty decent. We're talking about my life here. Chill, you're still alive, aren't you? Phew, that gave me a good scare. Thank you, Buddha. You've got to be kidding me. Good or evil, life or death. It's all a matter of choices. Now make your choice. No! That one. Oops. Oops, sorry about that. Ah! You failed. Please. Oh. I thought it might literally just not even be a thing after. What? Do I just... Are we abusing the save system to just magically get it right? Nope, it's actually ran... Wait. Wait, is there a system? Does one of them look different? Do I have a way of... Can I do a scan of the room? Does one of them look different? Can I do the flash photography thingy? Can I jump in front of the... Oh, mural? Ah. Good, I can see the answers now. The second one from the left is life. They did point out that the tree is a mural. That's my bad. I'm alive. I thought I was kicking the bucket for real this time. Think twice before you touch anything, dude. You could have been killed. Between that and puzzles, I'll take puzzles anytime. Yeah, civilized puzzles are good. Huh? Was it always there? I think that path's new. I don't know. I didn't really have time to look that way. Maybe the path showed itself because we passed the Buddha's challenge. Let's see where it goes. Yeah. I love how this is just a nonsense level. Like, it makes no sense that this is the layout of the interior of this place. Like, why is it a series of puzzle challenges? Oh, it doesn't infinite bounce you. Is that the real Triratna? Triratna! Hey, guys. Welcome back. We're totally clueless without you, bro. We need you to be sitting in all the chairs for us. I'm sorry. Right after I ran away, I realized it was a terrible decision. Even if everything in my life is fabricated, I still can't do without you guys. No, actually, I mean, even if we ourselves are fabricated, our feelings are definitely genuine. How could I have overlooked that? We're tied to each other with genuine karma lines. I read these lines all the time, but forget all about them when it matters the most. Stop. No theatrical monologue. We know what you mean, dude. And I wouldn't say we're fabricated. It's just the part where we were created, like in a fabrication process. Is that so? Art got us good with his true name commanding spell, didn't he? It's a powerful spell that works on everything with a mortal soul. It worked on us. Don't you see where I'm going? I never thought about. Even if we're Artborns, we still have real souls. Triratna, Tai Ching, Transia. These are our true names. Well said. Art must be green with envy right now. I bet the trick won't work on him at all. For starters, he doesn't have his own name. The point is, none of us is fabricated or fake. I'm not a fox, you're not a wolf, she's not a snake, but we're real Artborns with real life. Fabricated is an unfortunate translation because it still isn't wrong. Our memories are fake, all right, but the past is all history. As long as we live, we'll make real memories from scratch. Tai Ching, Transia, I can't thank you guys enough. Don't worry about that, bro. Welcome back. Welcome back, little brother. We're a team again. Triratna, now back to the team. We're a team again, but amusingly, it's the first time we've ever been a team. Triratna, were you using that deep tech control panel? Yes, it's basically the same as the one we saw in the camp. I found all the keys by following karma lines and played with it a bit. With the panel, I could rotate these rooms. Rotate? Right, like turning rooms upside down. That could alter paths. Hold on, the paths changed when we were exploring. You did that? Should be me. I experimented with different things for quite a while. So solving puzzles didn't really do anything. It can't be. Why would they build puzzles in the first place? You mean those puzzles above us? They're not related to any mechanism. I checked their karma, so I guess they're installed for fun? More likely, Art put them there to waste our time. The real exit is guarded by the deep tech panel. What did I say? Solve puzzles to get reward? No such thing in real life. Lesson learned, we must think outside the box when dealing with art. Or inside the box, in that you think about normal stuff. Normal interactions, not the idea of having to solve puzzles to get through rooms like this is Resident Evil or Silent Hill. Let's check the panel. It should give us a way out. Find a way out with the deep tech system. All grids on this thing can be clicked. Seems to control rotation of all these rooms. Kinda, but we don't know enough details to tell what's what. That said, we can't use it as a map. Started yawning all of a sudden so much. Stop. Do these grids match the rooms one by one? I think so. I've been keeping track. This room should be row 3, column 2. However, being inside the maze messes with my sense of directions. I can't quite tell how to make us a way out. True. Let's try random combinations till we hit the jackpot. That's one way of doing it. Oh god. Big room, okay. Oh, mouse, hello. Okay. First thing I want to do is just flip over every room that has collectibles to grab them all. Which may not be entirely helpful.
Whoa! Crazy.
Yep. Well, I can at least grab the stuff down here.
Ah!
What? What's that portal mean? What? Why does it keep spawning portals at me? Another locked panel. Can you unlock this one, Triratna? I can try, starting from reading its karma. There. It's mostly the same as the previous one. The keys aren't too far away. Can you find them if the keys are like a mile away? Don't think so. My ability has very limited range. So far, all the keys are within Triratna's range. Thank heavens for small favors. I'm sure they'd place keys farther apart if my power was more common. Done. The panel is activated. Oh, I guess I don't have to find the keys. I thought that was what the level was about to be. The panel seems to offer a new way of manipulating these rooms. Other than rotating them, we can slide them too. Awesome sauce! How should we slide them exactly? No idea. There are no helpful markings at all. We might have to do this blindfolded. We might as well do this blindfolded. We've hit the jackpot once, we can do it again. We can certainly hope. Okay, so it is a sliding tile puzzle. I'm right. I was right. Jesus. Switch modes. I have to select them individually. Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to get all the collectibles real quick. Oh, the portal lets you skip the puzzle. So they are just like, listen, I know not everyone's going to be into this. Here's just the thing that's going to follow you around everywhere and taunt you into being like, would you like to give up now? What if instead of this, you didn't do this? Okay, it is hard to get up there. The bouncy thing doesn't help me get up to that spot. The bounce would help, but I can't physically get in the room at that point. Do 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 do. There, I can just slide myself up there. God, I'm smart. All right. Do 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 do. Boing. This mural is still suspiciously here. If I fall down there, I die. Presumably.
Look at me go.
I'm probably lengthening this puzzle a lot by going after all the collectibles instead of just leaving. It's a little hard to see through all the green hologram stuff. No, those don't connect. I can at least go grab that one now. No, I can't. Can't jump that high. I should probably just be trying to leave. Considering it's probably not even hard to do, yeah. Okay, they didn't intentionally make it so that you can't just make them go out that way. I'm also not good at sliding tile puzzles. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll just move on from grabbing every sparkle. Ta-da! The exit should be right ahead. You don't say. It's marked on the wall. I thought I was trapped here for good. Right after finding you guys, we're making a lot of progress. Together we can deal with anything. Doesn't make sense, though. Art used all sorts of tricks to distract and mislead us. Clearly he doesn't want us to go any deeper inside. But why did he leave these guiding marks? Are we running into a trap? No time for questions, just charge! Is this a trap? Ignore that. We don't have anywhere else to go. Only one way to find out. Let's see what this trick is. Oh, machine dragon. And there's the tutorial on the background. So we're back at the beginning of the game. Hey Tai Ching, check this out. What is it? Humanoid with dragon features, finely dressed, made of solid gold. Must be a statue of the Emperor. Yeah, they do say His Majesty is a true dragon of the golden lineage. This must be him. Emperor or not, this little guy belongs in a vault. It's worth a lot of money. I'll scout out ahead. Catch up when you're done here. Sure, I'll be there in a minute. Yep, we're replaying the tutorial now. And it all seems to be down to... Wasn't this a thing where you got a bunch of different dragons? And you went through the different district backgrounds, and then one of them was like the imposter? Or was that... Actually, was that in the middle of the story? Was the one that had a mocking statue during Transia's chapter and not the tutorial? Hey Transia, what's this? Another one. Nice, 2 emperors, 8 to go. Let's collect the full set. Yeah, what? Do we have that many emperors? Yep. There's just one on the throne right now, but before him we had 10 emperors ruling at the same time. I have trouble imagining a room full of thrones. Oh right, look up there. Is that writing? I have no idea what it says. Trader language, the last symbol means 4. I used to paint for foreign merchants in Zone 4, learned some of their numerals. So I guess the whole phrase probably just means Zone 4, the trader residential area of Bluescales. Zone 4. Yep. Foreign writing here, and the murals there, see? The architecture and dressing styles are definitely the traders. They built Zone 4 after their old country. Thank you for the knowledge. I've never been to Zone 4, so... Anyway, why did he decorate this corridor like Zone 4? Beats me. Let's just go ahead. Maybe there's an answer somewhere down the road. Right, let me check it out. Good luck. There's something funny about being taught how to jump as the snake character. Options menu. Hey Transia, I found another gold statue. Now I've got 2. Good, I just found 3. These plus Triratna's share. Now we now have a total of 6. I was just telling Triratna, to collect a full set we need 10 of them. 10 you said? I see, you're a 10er. Me? I'm a 9er. I believe we had 9 emperors back in the day. Hence, we're gonna collect 9 gold statues now. You know what? I used to have this roommate, also a priest, specialized in ancient spells and new tech. He had a personal library of antique books. Out of his entire library, there wasn't a single record of the 10th emperor. I'd say he's just a myth, invented to make a rounder number. 9 or 10 or it doesn't matter. That was like, what, over a century ago? Totally irrelevant right now. What matters is the corridor up ahead seems different. Right. Triratna just told me about your theory. Looks like you're right. From here on, the corridor's theme is transitioning to Zone 3. I went to Zone 3 once. Nothing to see except for sand, sands, and more sands. And sand bandits. The vibe here pretty much nailed it. Interesting. First Zone 4, then Zone 3. Is he building a miniature Bluescales here? Is this some kind of special feng shui design? Oops, Transia's already gone. Better keep up. We are currently replaying the intro in its entirety. Why are you guys still here? I examined the comma lines of this place. It feels off. What? Define off. Look here. Yeet. And there's the scimitars again. Traps, of course. That was close. Glad we have Triratna with us. Yeah, better safe than sorry. These curved swords are... I think they're called Shamshir? Huh. Authentic Zone 3 vibes, alright. That's stereotyping. Most sand bandits use weapons the same as ours. Zone 3 is not a foreign country, okay? We speak the same language and eat the same food. The corridor's blocked. What do we do now? Leave that to me. I'm good at making ways. Yeah, right. Over to you, bro. If things go south, I'll enhance your power with my power. Well, so let's destroy this wall. Yeah. It's funny because the hold X to break wall thing has almost never happened. The tutorial just functionally was not setting much up. We also basically never find special treasures. But yeah, the dragon pearl I found all the way back then. Now we know that's a significant item. Yeah. 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 And there's a statue. Well done, Triratna. Let's go! Let's go! She's a zoomer snake. None of them pick up the statue. That's a long way up. No climbing, you don't say. Can I climb up a vertical wall like this even if I wanted to? You know what? Actually, I can. Ha, I see. You're seeing the writing on the wall as a painting. Yep, time to use my power. Something funny about how she doesn't, like, just float up or slither up, but she has to, like, jump up over and over again. Like it's a ladder. Climbing directly up the no climbing scene. The no climbing ladder sign. And I grabbed the statue and lowered the ladder. Didn't feel like reading out all of the dialogue where she just says what she's doing. That was neat. What would we do without you, Transia? Well, you're welcome. Thank whoever wrote this on the wall. Without it, I couldn't have done a thing. Hey, that's... Tai Ching, wait. That is one huge cauldron. The way forward is blocked by a huge metal gate. There are perfectly straight lines on the gate. Upon a closer look, there in fact seems. So now we know we want to blow it up, because that's what we did before. With the thing as a catalyst. Buddha's padlock. This is bad. I can't break this gate. Deep steel? Correct. Oh yeah, leave the gate to me. I shall pass. That I shall pass part is kind of out of character, dude. Whatever, this is my serious face. Just be quiet and watch, Transia. This is my moment, see? These shelves are filled with transmutation ingredients. And a cauldron. Sweet, sweet heavens, just look at that cauldron. It's a self-heating cauldron. I've only read about them in ancient records. What? Come again? No one knows how it works, but the cauldron heats itself. No fire required. Better still, it massively increases the success rate of transmutation rites. The cauldron is made of deep steel too. I can't see a shred of karma in it. Not surprised. Common sense doesn't apply to things made of deep steel, but using it for transmutation. Are you sure about this? Chillax, I'll definitely make something to bust the gate. As definite as I can be, yeah. These are all regular ingredients. To make something extraordinary, ideally I need some form of rare treasure. Which we already have. Tai Ching, I found a dragon pearl. Maybe you could make use of it. Gee, great, thanks. This had previously set up the idea that he sucks at this, but then he actually does a good job. He's actually been doing a good job with transmutation most of the game. Honestly, I'm not sure about this. Shall we start? I mean, creating something just to bust that gate? Yeah. I can do this. Absolutely won't fail again. Won't fail again. Do you have to stress fail and again like that? No, this isn't right. Guys, run! Blew up another dragon pearl, even though now we know he had experience with them before. Okay, yeah, that is the 10 dragon statues. It was in the tutorial. So, sorry, I failed you guys. Again, I'm a failure. Relax, Tai Ching. No hard feelings. We didn't expect you to succeed to begin with. Yeah, I'd be more surprised if you didn't fail. I don't understand this conversation anymore because he does just fine with transmutation all game. That just makes me feel worse. Anyway. So, the gate's down. Yep. You did what needs to be done. The exact process doesn't matter. Somehow I feel like you're mocking me, but yeah, whatever. Let's keep going. That is a small, no, huge golden statue of a majestic dragon with wings. It has to be one of the emperors. But this one's so different. Not humanoid at all. It's a true dragon. I know this one. Out of the emperors of old, this was one that existed in full dragon form. The Blessing is what he was called. Ah, the Blessing. He's kind of everywhere these days. Posters, decorations, painting scrolls. His look is different in each single case, though. Yeah, I contributed quite a few painting scrolls myself. They're just for good wishes. The exact look doesn't matter. Into my backpack you go. May the blessing smile upon me. Also, I have a backpack apparently this whole time. Surprise! Zone 2. We're at Zone 2. That means we're home? Yep. It's home to pretty much everyone. Zone 2 accounts for only 20% of Bluescales' land area, but holds more than 80% of its population. Like Reno, and Vegas, and Nevada. Whoa, what's that? Well, they're 80% of their population, but not 20% of their land mass. Not even close. Prestige ceremony? What the heck is that? Prestige ceremony, or the PC. People used to hold this grand ceremony in Zone 2 for Heaven's blessing. It was booted, that's the special verb for hosting it, by members of the servitude and attended by all 9 emperors. I've never seen this PC. Correct, it was cancelled like a century ago. The current emperor doesn't do it anymore. Plus the servitude clan already died out. If this is an old ceremony, shouldn't we put the statues of the old emperors on the altar? Right! Good thinking, Transia. Let's see, we have 9 statues. 9 of them, a full assembly. Let's put them up here. They carefully laid out 9 statues on the altar. A tally bar there is missing a chunk, and it says 90%. We're clearly missing one. Looks like the creator of the PC is also a tenor. What does the 10th Emperor look like? Did we miss anything along the way? Not that I'm aware of. However, I think I saw something like these statues. Where did I see it again? It was just a short while ago. I'll have a look around. Just gotta hop up there and nab it. Eureka! Is this it? Unlike the rest of the statues, this one's made of not gold, but some kind of translucent gem. It's very pretty. Not the right color, but the right shape. Let's try it on anyways. Mysterious emperor-like substance. To be smeared on all of the surfaces. Translucent statue. They used to have computers, but new tech is lost. And now no one knows how to boot a computer. They just have people named Wi-Fi. Don't know why. Ni hao. Hey, what's going on here? The pattern shows 9 humanoid emperors praying around the blessing. A simple yet ample depiction of the good old days when the emperors ruled in harmony. Wow, so he symbolically booted the PC. Wish we could do it in real life. What then? Then it's gone. What's that? It looks like the rest of the statue, so I guess it's another emperor? But it's made of wood and looks really crude. Ah, I see. This must be our current emperor, the useless excuse known as the furniture. The furniture? Don't let people catch you saying that. Speaking ill of His Majesty is a punishable crime. I'll watch my tongue. No worries, it's just us here. No one's gonna hear it. Let's just take it. Might find a purpose for it later. Oh, and then we crush it. I don't remember what happens next, though. I think we might be done-ish. It's made of wood, just like this pedestal. Maybe they belong together. Whoever designed this mechanism really has no love for His Majesty at all. Hardly anyone loves His Majesty. He's like, let's just say, unremarkable for an emperor. Alright, let's put the little guy where he belongs. Oh yeah, Pat. May Buddha shelter its wooden soul. Man, that's a lot worse than having no love. From here on, it's... Up next is a miniature Zone 1, the district in Bluescales reserved for nobles, super riches, and the royal palace. These green lines are conduits, pipes for channeling energy in new tech systems. They say everything in Zone 1 is powered by new tech. That would be incredibly cool. I heard life isn't so great anymore. Life there isn't so great anymore. This energy source that new tech devices run on is drying up. Many of the systems have been shut down. Whatever, we're not really in Zone 1. This is just part of a giant machine. Don't be distracted. Huh. Creating a tiny Bluescales and holding up in Zone 1. What he's after is pretty clear. I feel like we're being guided by the will of this universe. We must stop him. This is our mission. Indeed, the endless web of karma is converging right here. Whatever lies ahead, let's face it together. Come on, let's get it over with. Is this where the tutorial ended? Now that we know who the dude is. Oops, big splotch. Ah! It's you! You're... No freaking hell. No freaking way. What the heck are you doing here? Oh yeah, that's new. Did we see him at this point? I think it cut off there. Hello, my young friends. Tarjumtad, why are you here? That is a rather long story. What are you doing? Good question. What do you think I'm doing? You're leaving guiding marks. Perceptive. Not so hard, because, like, you left paint buckets behind. Why did you ask, then? You're on our side, am I right? You're free to think that. Thank you, then. Would thank you more if you made your clues more explicit. Not his fault. Old people don't think straight. I'm not deaf. How'd you get in? The same way you came in, of course. Same way. You mean through those moving rooms? Breaking a sword barrier, booting the PC? And crushing a sculpture of the furniture to find powder? Triratna. Furniture. Oh, sorry. Relax, Transy. It's not like anyone here minds. Haha. I did smash a sculpture of the furniture. Don't say I didn't warn you, Triratna. But all traps and puzzles were untouched when we came. How could that be? The system restores itself every 30 minutes or so. Paths I unlocked were blocked again when you came. Does that mean you're trapped? I'm afraid so. You left those guiding marks as what? A way of asking for help? I might have been a bit careless. Aha! Never thought I'd hear that from you. But this situation is new to me. During my previous visits, there was always a way out if you keep pushing forward. This time, though, as you can see, I've encountered an impassable barrier. You've been here before? A couple of times. There was no ink barrier back then. What's up ahead? This dark barrier, I suppose, must be made of what they call dragon ink. The cockpit is not too far ahead, if you can get through the ink barrier, that is. You've been to the cockpit? Yes. You just, what, came and went? Did you happen to mess up Art's stuff a bit? Ah, messing up his stuff. A brilliant idea in hindsight. I was hoping for some foresight about what waits up ahead. What about it? There's something that I couldn't handle, but you three might find a way. Did I tell you I officially hate riddles? But that had spoiled the fun. Just go ahead and see for yourselves. There's kind of a thick ink barrier in front of us, in case you haven't noticed. That is a problem indeed. The barrier is fathomless. I almost drowned in it. But you're made of ink, after all. It would be like traveling through your own body. How did you know that? Because he's... a psychic. Oh, I have a reward for you. For giving the right answer to my questions. See what's on the wall? What's on the wall? You're writing? Appreciation of fine calligraphy is good, but I mean the conduits. Is there anything special about these conduits? They're channeling new tech energy like they should. These are not your standard new tech conduits. They're extra wide because someone designed them to channel dragon ink. What? Is that even doable? It is. This flying machine is an artificial dragon, powered by its blood that is dragon ink. The design borrowed more than a few ideas from new tech systems. Why don't they just use new tech? Oh, wait, is it channeling new tech right now? It is channeling new tech right now, all right. Good observation. That brings us to my point. This machine is operating on a hybrid of dragon ink and new tech, which clearly is not its ideal form. I think I see what you're getting at. New tech became practically lost technology after the demise of true dragons in the Servitude clan. Nobody knows how to create a new tech system from scratch. Not lose workshop, not worry art. They wanted to power this machine with dragon ink, a supposedly better power source, but they didn't know how to build a whole system from the ground up. This hybrid form must be a transition stage. They must need more time to switch the core of the system to dragon ink. Yes, dragon ink is the force of life in liquid form. Art has been looking for ways to tap into this power for years. Building new bodies, creating body paint, and giving birth to artborns. They're all experiments towards the same goal. Just what I knew the meaning of life talk was crap. I was totally convinced. Since the pool of dragon ink is right here, instead of where it should be, we can safely say that Art is not ready. Indeed. You broke into the meditation chamber and disrupted his plan. Ready or not, he had to get the machine going. It's now or never. Naturally, he's not able to fully control dragon ink. The force of life in it fights back. We do have a pretty good chance if you look at it that way. Although, do we really need to stop him? What are you talking about, Tai Ching? Of course we do. Sorry, I just got this burning question. Why would we stop him? We don't even know what he wants to do. Just a random guess. Maybe he wants to overthrow the Emperor? Can he? With a glorified giant kite? Against the Emperor's armies? I could ask the same about myself. What do I want to do? I came here to catch Johnny. Everything else was a byproduct. Now that you've mentioned it, I was here just to find out what Art did to the Toe brothers. I wanted to learn a trick or two from Art and repaint Daze as a proper body. Daze a proper body. We were riding on the momentum towards each other, finally converging right here. The point is, we're all over and beyond our goals, aren't we? That's probably right. Beating a retreat already. Art will fully master the power of dragon ink. It's only a matter of time. By then, your Art-born friends will completely lose their sentience. I thought you wouldn't want that. Is that a thing that happens? Will we? Are we better Art-borns? Wait, what? Art-born friends? Oh, you don't know yet. It all happened right after this machine took flight. Hey, what's that thing in the sky? It's so cool, right, Triratna? I wish Triratna were here with me right now. I knew him for like half an hour. A week ago. Oop. Toma. Toma! Damn, just gone? Hurry up, you guys. We have a packed theater waiting. Come on, we're really running out of time. Guys? Walk, damn deer. I'm walking. How about we make a deal? Your boss is missing. Your camp's done for. I have an offer if you're interested. Huh? What's... Wait, was Betnun an Inkborn? I thought he was just painted. We knew that Johnny was an Inkborn. Wait, no. No, he's a weirdling. That's not an Inkborn. He's just also painted. They're both painted. What the heck? Why didn't you tell us? That explains things. Johnny thought his brothers and sisters abandoned him. In fact, they just degraded into mindless ink. Dragon ink is the force of life, but not sentience. Airborns die when they stay in ink form for too long. Artborns die. You were so determined. I thought you knew everything. What about those with body paint? I'm not sure about the core part, but the paint should be gone for good. This machine is like a giant vacuum cleaner. It's sucking up every drop of dragon ink and Bluescales. There's nowhere to run. I'm confused. I thought Johnny and all of his friends were weirdlings, not inkborn. So why they all turn into a mindless ink? Unless weirdlings were always inkborn, and that was just they didn't know the name for inkborn yet. Eventually, this pool of ink will be consumed as its power source. But why am I still here in Taiching, Transia? Because you're not made of dragon ink. The Obscure created you out of regular ink, just like how he made art. You're immune to the machine's effect. So this is a great dragon powered by dragon ink that's also like sucking up all the dragon ink in the kingdom. That's it, and all the ways it was distributed and mixed up, which itself was just all the original body of his creator or his creator's mentor. Now, would you still like to call it a day? No, Art's ruining the life of Toma, ruining the life of all Artborns. I must stop him. Right, we've got to do it for our kind. We don't have time to lose. Move, move, move! The OCs are it's an OC uprising. Everyone's persona is here with guillotines. What's up? Before I leave, I want an honest answer, Mr. Secret Agent. What are you doing here, really? Haha. It's classified. However, I can offer some free questions instead. From Hot Anted Theater to Sky Lotus Camp, how far would you say that would be? 90 miles, give or take? Good. Next, how heavy do you think this flying machine is? A few tons, probably a lot more than that. Good. The theater and the camp are both in Zone 2. Kindly remind me, what's the population of Zone 2 again? Zone 2 holds about 80% of the Bluescales' entire population. Moving a machine of multiple tons in weight over a distance of 90 plus miles through a densely populated area, be it in one piece or multiple parts, what would you say is the chance of being seen by not a living soul at all? 0? Suppose someone saw such a suspicious object being transported. Words travel, rumor spreads. Eventually His Majesty'd hear about it. What do you think he'd do? Send someone? Huh. I'm not surprised. There's really just one person for a special royal agent to visit a place repeatedly. There's really just one reason for a special royal agent to visit a place repeatedly. However, you did not answer my questions. I was asking about you. A special royal agent would investigate, yes, but guiding us along the way? You're doing far more than you should. I'm asking again. What are you doing here? Give me a personal answer. Aha! A sharp mind. In that case, it's not classified. Simply put, I really want to meet an old friend. Everything I did was to achieve that goal. Which old friend? To answer that, we need much more time that we don't have. Have you met him yet? Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. Franzia! Coming. I must leave too, before the puzzles reset. We're not done yet. I have more questions after this. I will be waiting. May the blessings smile upon you. So maybe he doesn't betray us. This part is filled to the brim with ink. I don't feel drowning at all. Feels like a weird way to phrase it. Is it because we're Artborns? Must be. Art jumped into a pool of dragon ink and didn't die, right? Living creatures can't enter. Artborns made of dragon ink would be sucked right in. We're the only thing in between that can stop Art. Proceed with care. Art could have more tricks for us. Since this doesn't affect him, he presumably knows that we can be coming. You think he would just design a place where we can't catch him? Art? From unlife to life, from life to sentience, the world as we know has come a long way. Is he talking? I don't hear a thing, but there are words materializing in my vision. Maybe dragon ink carries his thoughts? What's he babbling about? I think he's talking to the ink. Did he finally snap or what? No, I can feel it. He's trying to convince the ink. Maybe that's his way of assuming control over the ink. Good luck talking to a puddle of black water. Ignore him. Let's focus on saving our friends. Agreed. Life exists, but not truth. Life exists by not truth, but existence. Fabricated memories are memories because they exist. Flowers born of wood, fish born of water, life born of ink has a meaning like everything else. Now we're stuck. Oh. Create a way. Look for the way. What's going on? Toma. Can you hear me, Toma? It's Triratna. I'm going to get you out now. Not working, he's losing it. All this time I was hoping Tarjum had lied about it. But the kid did open up the way for us. How did he? According to Ulster, they should remain sentient for a while before being fully consumed by the ink pool. We've got to hurry then. All of our friends, we're gonna get through with the power of friendship. Not again. To somebody who's... I guess he's an Inkborn. He's a golem that was a solid golem that's powered by ink and given life by ink. There's a lot of different variations of ink people. It's gotten really complicated. Now, make the leap from individual life to organization, to unify. We Artborns, a form of life like never before, orphans in a scarily big world, must be as one. Minds differ. Oh, can't read that. Another roadblock. Oop. Oh, I'm never gonna get to read that. Daze, is that you? I'll haul you out of that pool before you know it, Daze. These are all the human characters in this game. I bet you forgot there were human characters in this game. Opinions differ. Decisions conflict. Such is the way of always. Art went through so much trouble for this? Whatever, just ignore him. Yeah, he's gone too far. This is unforgivable. For those of us who refuse to join the oneness, I have a plan for them. The same plan that led to the nobilis to their glory. Those who stray from the path of oneness, they shall be made parts, tools, nourishment for those lead. Artborns are creatures of nature. Dragon ink itself defies nature. I have found my way. It's too tall. We can't get up there. No mural either. I'm out of ideas. There? What? Why is there a sign for a portal? A sign for a what? We can't see anything. You can't? Normally you should be able A, B to C, which almost sounds like a joke, A, B, C. There's just a missing L and also a weird space, which isn't where the L would be, funnily enough. Maybe it's not an ordinary portal. Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. But if only you can see it, there must be something specially prepared for you. Yeah, it's the feng shui charms. You could be right. I've traveled through dimensional portals like this a few times, but someone creating one just for me? Who could it be, Johnny? Only one way to find out. I'll be back in a minute. Just wait here. Take care, man. We have not been in one of these forever. What the? This has to be a different dimension, but it's neither fourfold nor eightfold. Is it a threefold recital? My whole body came over without any protection, but I don't feel anything. No, technically I do feel something. What's the background say? Disk? Looks like DOSBox or something? Like it's like... the DOS, it's a text feed. The background stuff for your computer. It's kind of relaxing. How could that be? Better look around first. Eh. Blip. Oops. Almost got caught in the middle. Crap. I might have been trapped for good? Weird. Nothing in this dimension feels right. There, that's... What? Oh. Sure? Sherlock? Is that you? How could you be here? What is he? Did he always look like that? I've been looking all over the place for you. Where have you been? Why don't you say something? Could it be that it's sucking up every drop of dragon ink in Bluescales? There's nowhere to run. Can you hear me, Toma? It's Triratna. I'm gonna get you out now. Not working, he's losing it. All this time I was hoping Tarjum lied about it. Holy heavens. You're an Artborn too? Man, why didn't you tell me? You spent so much time researching dimensions because you knew you could travel over? And why were you so nice to me? Was it because you know we were the same kind? Sure. All this time I thought you were dead or something. Now I know. You're right here in this pool. I'm busting you out, I promise. That's the end of it. No regret left. Here we go. I was wondering if it was gonna be Johnny or if it was gonna be someone else. Welcome back, Taiching. How long was I gone? About a minute or two? So, time flows at the same rate on the other side. Which is unusual. Did you clear the way for us, Cher? Are you okay, Taiching? Uh-huh, totally. The path is clear. We can step up these platforms. We've got to get everyone out before it's too late. Forward. He looks wild. I guess it's like functionally a sprite in the background there. I believe in you, Taiching. You can do it. We did finally speak through text. Light! I thought I was going to be blind. Dude, you stink of ink. Me too. We should be almost at the cockpit. Where's Arte? Find him! I'm gonna rip his head off. I'm gonna rip his head off. There you are. I have been waiting. can it, Ink Man? What is this machine really for? Why are you collecting dragon ink from all over Bluescales? This, my friend, is a weapon. Not just a giant kite? A flying weapon. We're headed towards Zone 1. Soon we'll be right above the furniture in this stupid palace. I knew you were after the Emperor, kind of. The palace was built with the collective wisdom of true dragons and the Servitude clan. The Emperor, in it, is a useless piece of furniture, but the structure is impenetrable. To attack, we must strike from above. I was there to witness Bluescales' heyday, and how it became a shadow of its former self. The Emperor's disgraced the legacy of true dragons. It's time for a new species to take over the mantle. By which you mean Artborns? Yes. We are sons and daughters of the obscure, and rightful heir to the Empire. Some may not agree, but I'm sure they'll change their minds once we demonstrate our power. The cause may be right, but you're doing it wrong. Reducing your own kind to a puddle of ink? Have you considered their feelings? They'd disagree, because they're weak and blind. The nobilis rose to power by acting as one. Each fallen comrade nourishes more to come, paving the way to true greatness. We Artborns can do the same. Return the weak ones to their ink form to feed the strong. You're made of regular ink, but we're kin nonetheless. Come, work with me, not against me. Lend your powers to me, to us. Together, we will create a new and better world. But that involves... It's not that hard. Kill the last dragon alive and the world is ours. The dawn of a new era for Artborns. A new era? But is it any better? Like, I'd believe you. If all Artborns are reduced to ink, who controls it? The power needs to be wielded by someone, no? Who's this someone? You? Who made you the boss? Well said. Totally agreed. You're just a usurper stepping on the bones of your own people. That's the ugly fact under your sugarcoating. I made me the boss. As you enjoyed your little speech, we have already reached Zone 1. Now, watch me create history. Damn, I took his bait again. Kick his crap out of your brains. What we really should do right now is stop this madness, of course. Yeah. We fell for the Ozymandias shit where he's like, I've actually already did the plan. This was just for show. Just to let you guys in. And how do we do it? Leave that to me. Triratna? You're taking the lead, bro? What day is it? As a monk, guiding dead souls is my job. Pass on to the next life. Phantom of the past, you've overstayed your welcome. May Buddha's light guide you. Buddha of infinite light, who relieves pains and forgives sins, kindly guide this lost soul to the ever after. Namo Abhitava. That seems to have more immediately done stuff than I thought. I saw a lot of ink stains when I tried to focus. I thought something had gone wrong. So far, so good, though. I'm in. These lines are basically identical to the ones I saw in Potato. Hope you remember that tutorial from 12 hours ago. Holy... You deal with the stuff all the time, Triratna? Yeah. Tai Ching, how did you get in? A table for two, please. Of course. This way, Transient? What's going on? Maybe Draconic has a special power to twist reality or something. Does it really matter? Does it really matter, though? We're here to cheer you up. Yep. We'll take care of cheerleading, and you handle everything else. You can count on me. It's just like the spider we saw before. I don't remember what the trick was before. Everything's changing. That's expected. I've seen something like this before. Huh? Wait, maybe not exactly like this. You're the expert, Triratna. Your call. What is that vortex? What happens if you attack the eye? What? I exploded the spider. Wait. What does the eyeball mean? Haha, you found it. Have you ever heard of the wondrous creature called the collective snake? It looks like a snake from afar, but isn't that idea wonderful? God damn it. By the power of unity, the weak becomes the strong. Alright, well, I don't know what the original... I missed the most important line of that dialogue because it goes on its own speed. Okay, these are a lot of systems that I don't necessarily fully remember. Ah! These pedals are driving me nuts. I can help. Just like the other time, I'll make you faster. Thanks, Tai Ching. That should get it done. You'll outfast them for sure, dude. If I cut where they're overlapping, I can cut more efficiently, too. Yep, they can only do so much to keep up. The music. It's very goofy. Instead of a spider, it's a billion little cockroaches or something. Okay, I need to use my mouse. This is chaos. This almost sounds like Doom music. There we go. That'd be chaos to do with the controller. Oh my god. I should probably just get comfy with the mouse. What? Oh, there's a snake now. It looks straightforward. Is Art running out of ideas? If this is anything like the cockatrice, maybe. Oh, yep. The color's slightly different, but the principle's the same. Just like how we got rid of the cockatrice. No big deal. Am I auto-cutting? No. Okay, so this is easy so far. Oh. I guess I'm supposed to read the text in the background, but I missed it. Oh, is it auto-cutting now? It's getting harder to tell what's happening. Okay, I think it's not auto-cutting. Oh, my eyes. It's like the ending of The Witness. Finally, my normal vision. What happened just now? Not normal. I'm poisoned. My body is moving on its own. Yep, so it's this one now. They're both moving actively and they're rotating which one's which. Makes it extra dangerous. But it's still pretty much, it's fine. It's fine. I'm good. Oh, I'm staying poisoned. But for how long? Is it over? Dragon boss fight in this mode. Buddha, what is that? Oh, he's run out of ideas. He's showing his true self. Uh-oh. Fuse line, dodge it. Safe for now. I can't fully control my body right now. Try to avoid touching these orange lines. There'll be a warning before he shoots the red beam. Just stay alert. Oh goodness, it's a bullet hell. A little bit. Boop. And I can't cut his eye until it opens again, I guess. So we're kind of waiting for that to come up again. We're doomed! His ends are coming in endless waves. We can't possibly cut them all. Say, if these things are all made of ink, I should be able to travel through it. What? What? Can you do that? Maybe take me along? Yep, time to get Vord. I don't know, alright? It's worth trying. If Tai Ching can use his power on you, I should be able to do the same. Wow. The Plaid Zone. Welcome to the Plaid Dimension. Oop. Yep, we're getting Dragon Vord again. Done. We made it all the way through the ink into his brain. I don't know what's going on anymore. Now we just need to handle this final part, I suppose. It went into hiding. These lines are in a different color. Are these new kinds of lines or what? No, they're all born from Art's tricks, which means we just need to cut everything. But maybe focus on the ones that are currently blue. Oh, going fast. Okay, just gonna rapidly cut at the intersection. We're going back too fast. Then we just need to be even faster. Leave it to me. "16 times faster. Nice. Yeah, for maximum speed, I just check out the intersections to keep it most efficient. If that's not enough, I'm giving you everything. 256 times faster. Overdrive. Tai Ching. Is he gonna explode? Or is he gonna dissolve? Are we endangering ourselves here? That's not a good sound. Yeah, those are generally not good sounds. We're definitely getting faster. The chromatics are aberrating. He dropped an antler, even though we're inside him. And also a Tetris block. Karma severed. It looks like just misty forest, but paralleled on both sides. There you go. Rest in peace, he who is not Agate Art and his shattered ambition. Life is strange, dude. I just read a masterpiece that I'd burn half the world just to have a look. Yeah, she hunted after that painting all her life, practically, and then she just destroyed it. So I guess we got him just now. I didn't necessarily know that we were about to, like, specifically obliterate him. Is he being printed again? Does he have a printer that keeps replicating him forever? Wait, guys! Ha 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 ha. We're not done yet. This machine is a giant fast printer. It's channeling the ink pool to repaint art. It shouldn't work. I mean, what fast printer can replicate the iconic work of the obscure? Because of the special ink? That doesn't explain... I'll just break the machine once and for all. It's made of deep steel. The entire machine? Is that even possible? Unless... Indeed. This machine is over a century old, created by the original Master Lu. Did you still think it can't replicate the fine touch of the obscure? Shut up. At least I can destroy you. But then the more times that happens with a little toner and whatnot, aren't you just potentially killing your friends? As it keeps trying to print another one of him. It's pointless. The machine will keep printing him until it runs out of ink. Then I'll keep destroying him. No, don't! You're destroying the life of Artborns. If you keep doing that... You're right. Even if I can outlast him, there won't be anything left to save by then. This is all part of his plan. Every possibility is accounted for, a self-sustained system. I'm afraid this is it, guys. Hold that thought. A system, you said? I've got it. Don't admit defeat just yet. All new tech systems have the same weak spot. If you cut its power, it's just a pile of junk. True. Let's cut its power. Where's the power switch? The power must be coming from somewhere. We just need to follow these conduits. On it. Just like start stabbing all the walls wherever there's any green bit. Well, it's taking way longer this time. It was very funny to hear that. Like, it's all unstoppable. It's indestructible. It's just like smack. Fuck your painting. This is the main power control. Deep tech again. I'm familiar with this. No, Triratna, it's not going to work this time. Why? Over there. Oh, a bomb went off. Postmodern wall art. No, that's the aftermath of a deep bomb explosion. Not just that. There's half our key on the floor. You see where this is going? He blew the keys up. Now they're gone for good. Let me read its karma. There's a chance that... No. This half key is all we have. Given all the painting stuff and everyone being Artborns, I feel like it's not a coincidence that the deep bomb explodes into like pretty much like the full range of color. Don't give up just yet. We can try random combinations like we did before, you know? 15 minutes lockdown for every 3 consecutive failed attempts. We might make it just in time for His Majesty's 10th anniversary of death. He's seriously trying everything to stop us. Ha ha ha. Don't flatter yourselves. I wasn't aware of your existence until today. Huh? You blew up the keys what, just for fun? You can say that. Once this machine was built, I had no need for these keys anymore. I'm the only one who knows the password. When did I blow them up? I can't quite remember. It was a long time ago, long before you were born. Against me, you never had a chance to begin with. Now tell me, Transia, is that enough to make me the boss? In your dreams. Enjoy your last moment of denial. When my new body finishes printing, I will show you how history is remade. Sit tight and prepare to be entertained. Is it just me, or... What's that? What's what? There, look up. Not gone, another plane. Ah! Not gone, another plane. What's that supposed to mean? Did Tarzan leave that? Oldster? Yes, it's the same handwriting as those wall marks before. How did he write that high? Failing a leading cause of death for... Falling is a leading cause of death for old people. So many old jokes. I imagined this room was upside down. And what's he playing it anyway? What's plane supposed to mean? Another Triratna-ish lame joke? Maybe he's gonna pop up and say, I meant to write plan E. There's always plan E. I think they're saying we can go to another plane of existence to get those versions of the keys with feng shui. Or maybe the deep bombs send things to another dimension and don't destroy them. About what waits up ahead. There's something I couldn't handle, but you three might find a way. Wait a minute. This half key. I've seen it somewhere before. Not in this world. Maybe another plane. I've definitely seen it. That's right, it shows up over and over again when I travel through paintings. Putting both halves together, it's a letter. N. Yes, that must be it. Amazing. How did you figure out? Well, that part was easy. The question is how you're going to get the rest of it. You have something similar too. I saw it in your vision. Did you see it, Tai Ching? See what? Something in his personal plane at the end of the Carmeline battle. Oh, that thingy. That has been there the whole time, yeah. In the bottom right corner. The thing that looks like a stamp? Is it a key? It's been there since the beginning. So Art did say he blew the keys up long ago before we were born. We're not doomed after all. So my key should be... B-I-G. But how'd that happen? Is karma helping us? That reminds me, guys. I see something like that in the higher dimensions. Yeah, yours is A. There's always the upside down A. That's been there the whole time. Yep. These are recognizable symbols I do remember being there all game. I was like, is it A to interact? Is it telling me to interact with that exit? Interesting. That's what another plane means? Things blown up by the deep bombs don't just vanish. They're scattered all over other planes. My key should be... Pain? Gain? Yep, that's it. We have 3 out of 4, just one more. You guys have any other clue? I'm out of ideas. Me too. I've only ever seen my own key. What about you, Tai Ching? Same. No, we're so close. It's just one letter. How about we exhaust all options? Not that hard. With a chance of 1 out of 26? Well... Yain isn't a word. Yain. Uwain. Ayain. Is Nain a word? Saying there's not only so many good options. Wayne might be a word. Rain is a word. Pain, gain. Is Fane a word? Pain, main. Main is a word. M-A-I-N. Zane. There's like 5 words, I think. It's not 1 out of 26. What's worse than betting the result on a... That's worse than betting the result on a coin toss or a dice roll. We've been incredibly lucky so far. Finding 3 keys based on no solid clue at all? Whoever dishes out luck, can we have one last lucky shot, please? This really is the end of the line, guys. Let's rely on luck one last time. The chance is slim, but better than 0. Easy for you to say. Takes a ton of guts to make that decision. The fate of Bluescales depends on us. I can't. It's too much at stake. You. Yes, you. Help them out with the final key. Pain? Come on, you know the answer. It's right in front of you. Where? It's right in front of me? A diamond with an underline. I'll shift tab real quick and look at the... try to look for the tabs. Where is the, like, Threefold Recital store page finder? Let me open Steam. Let's see. Threefold Recital. Store page. Prestige ceremony. Don't see any obvious stuff. The game's icon is the fox. It's not that. Rain? You've been seeing it for hours. Oh god, it's in the bottom right corner of this box. It's vain. There it is. Okay, it's in the dialogue box. Something appears so often that you're not really seeing it anymore. Look closer. It's right here. They do just explain it to me? Okay. I wish they gave me more time to find it. I wish they kept prompting me over and over again. That's right in front of me, but not actually just pointing it out. They gave up too quickly because when I'm there, I can't see it. Technically, it was on the screen when it was saying that's right in front of me, but I had to look without pressing A. But yeah, I wish I had a little more time to realize that it's the bouncing generic symbol of like continue pressing A. Huh? What just happened? I don't know, but let's shut down the machine while we can. Done. I've also reset the keys. Now Art can't turn it on again. Take that, sucker. No. Impossible. Don't laugh so soon. I have one last failsafe. Watch this. Emerging from death. One last roar. Now what happened? What's going on? Let's see. Oh, that's a lot of bombs. Holy heavens. Hundreds of deep bombs. You're crazy. This is my final present for the useless Emperor. You ruined a large part of my plan, but not all. We're nearly over the royal palace. Despite the meddling, the result won't change. These bombs are programmed to detonate at the sound of loud enough crashing. Guess what happens when we crash land? A deep bomb has a very limited range, but so many of them together, the entire Zone 1 will be reduced to a giant crater. You will kill civilians. What civilians? Zone 1 has no place for nobodies. Also, I won't feel guilty for the casualties. Who caused the crash and explosion? You. You forced my hands. The blood is all on you. Live with the guilt every second until you die. Do we Artborns die? I don't know. Live with this guilt for eternity. Shut up, crazy old man. Now he's gone. For real. What do we do now? Is there any way to dispose of this many bombs? Maybe keep the machine flying? I was afraid of that. These bombs are all that remains of true dragons. Like deep steel, I can't disintegrate them. And they're not based on new tech, there's no power to switch to turn. If we have enough time, I can move them to higher dimensions one at a time. We definitely don't have that much time, even though I have no idea how long that takes. I never thought I'd die like this, in the middle of armed bombs. It is oddly specific. Armed bombs? Hold on. These bombs are green, they're not armed. You don't need a flashback, I remember. Did he fuck up that bad that he just forgot to arm the bombs? There. The machine crash landed. Who is this? That is a whole ass skeleton. The machine's made of a skeleton? Is it the skeleton of the true dragon? Oh, that's the... Oh, there's the machine. Closer to us. And then that's the real the blessing. Yeah, we talked about the giant remains of the blessing. So that's just there. Right next to the remains of the blessing. Sometimes I do believe in the power of karma. Now, we have 2 tourist attractions. I hope the 3 kids made it. Let's see. There. They're basically unscathed. May the blessing smile upon you all. That person can also see karma lines. Dude, we made it to the ground. That was close. Where's Triratna? Here. The ink pool carried me way out. I totally forgot the crash was as fatal as the bombs. The ink pool saved us at the last moment. Being inside the ink felt different this time, like floating in my own body. It's an interesting experience, alright. With Art gone, the ink pool should be free too. Where has it gone? They released me and flew towards Zone 2. Hopefully that will undo the damage caused by Art. What do we do next? Is this Zone 1? Isn't it supposed to be, I don't know, fancier? I don't see anything except us and this giant dragon skeleton. There's a building that way. Hopefully someone's home. Trust me, you don't want that. This skeleton must be the remains of the blessing. Then that building is the Dragon View at Tower, the Emperor's Summer Palace. For civilians, entering any royal palace without authorization is punishable by death. Wow. That skeleton, 3 times larger than Art's machine dragon, it was the blessing? Imagine if someone makes that into a deep bomb. That would certainly be interesting. Why is that your first conclusion? I'm seeing a million ideas and possibilities. Save that for later, dude. Right now we need right now we just need one idea that gets us home without being caught. Horse noises? We have horses? Feral horses? Good morning, tourists. A shuttle ride back to Zone 2, anyone? Being this early in the morning, there's an early bird discount. So, they all went home as heroes. 3 weeks passed in a blink. Nice weather, perfect for a shopping spree. I heard you're doing great, Days. Got more plans for your brothers than your brothers combined? Got more fans than your brothers combined? Haha, not yet. And they've been helping me out a lot. I don't often get a day off like this. Let's not ruin it by talking about work. Sure, your call. Hey, that looks yummy. What did you find? Hey, all the characters are all alive. Hey! Isn't that Betnun? How's the new career going? Butchering suits you. This is a fruit stall. Oh, sorry. Your face doesn't look like the fruit kind of people, you know? You there, girl. Interested in something? Pick whatever you want. Transia's friends get special discounts. Do you even leave off as friends? I guess you saved everybody, so and they must know that on some level. I don't know if he needed to be saved. I don't know what happened to people covered in the ink. Didn't you think it would just get stripped off of them? Did they put it back? I guess they get to put it back? I'll have that blind box. A blind box of fruit? That's really weird. That's super weird that they have gotcha for fruit. Trust me, you don't want that. I do. Whatever. What's wrong with people? They all want these stupid blind boxes. They can't even tell what's inside. I hate it too, man. Why is gotcha fucking everywhere? Why won't people stop it? People need to fucking boycott this shit. Stop engaging with it. I just never buy anything like this. You even go to furry conventions and they're just a bunch of blind boxes of random garbage. And I'm like, you have no idea what's in these. You're surrounded by actual artists making specific things you can just buy and get the thing that they made, and it's really cool. And that's like the whole appeal of being at this art market. And instead of buying those, you're gonna buy a weird gotcha box of what's probably like just like leftover dollar store garbage they couldn't sell, and that's mass produced probably. Like anime figurines. Stop. I heard your new business was open. This looks good. Honest work. And hard work too. How's your new paint feel? Good? Better than ever before. You're really good at this. Better than art. Not just me. Tai Ching has been researching the properties of draconic, and Triratna busy doing post-paint adjustments. We're a team. Don't forget to thank them. Of course I won't. I thought you folks were gonna stay in the camp. That was the plan for a short while. But what can we do when the seer and the boss both gone? Plus His Majesty issued this amnesty, so we thought maybe it's time for some change. What happened to the boss? Wait, what did happen to the boss? I thought we fell and knocked him out the day before the event, but I don't know what happened to the real boss after that. Did we kill him? His Majesty also granted all Artborn citizenship. My family doesn't need to hide anymore. Congrats. The furniture's actually doing something that matters. Color me surprised. Hold on, that means Triratna can have an ID and legal employment too? He just wasn't a legal citizen this whole time and didn't notice? Were Triratna, Transia, and Tai Ching just not legal citizens this whole time? But didn't register that and it never came up somehow? Also, are weirdlings the same thing? I'm still confused. Yep, I've been looking for him for a while. He's not in the temple or Toe's Manor. Have you seen him recently? He's been working for me the whole time. Quite the nuisance. Nuisance? Me? Yeah, you heard that. This is why they're shipping art of these two. Because they run a fruit stall together, which itself sounds kind of coded, honestly. The fact that they're two big, tough-looking men with giant arms and no sleeves that run a fruit stall together. Now he's hanging out by the peaches. Yeah, that would do something to people. Yeah, you heard that. I've been officially pardoned, okay? And I've returned what we took from the people. But he's still nagging after my ass, but paying the debt with honest work and whatnot. You do have a debt to pay, Tiger. Think about the damage you did as a bandit. Just returning what you took isn't enough. The Emperor may have pardoned your crime, but you still have negative karma to settle. You cite Buddha's wisdom. Please, not that again.
How's it going, people? I ran to Triratna and thought maybe I should check on you folks too. Hey, none. Is the blind box business taking off? I was rather confident about the idea.
It's taking off and then some. More than half my revenue comes from that. You're a business genius, Toma. Even though I keep telling people not to buy it.
Francie, long time no see. How's your new body, boy? Good, great, thank you. This body's doing better than I could ever ask for. If anything, I wish the appearance could be slightly older. It's harder to do business as a little boy. No one takes me seriously. But we would have had to draw a new sprite, and that would have taken ages, so... Haha. Sure, you do need that. Have you guys heard? He's officially the head of the house now. Master Toad does need a more mature look. Not a problem. Just tell me what you want to look like. We'll have it custom made for you when we get a hold of Tai Ching. Nice. Speaking of, have you heard from Tai Ching? I asked Officer Mare about him. Apparently he's not in Zone 2 most of the time. Yeah, he must be busy working on his research, Dragon Ink, new tech and stuff. I guess he's spending a lot of time around the crashing site to salvage whatever he could from Art's machine. His final master plan was a bunch of bombs he forgot to arm.
I'll be damned. I did give you a few free rides, but never agreed to be your full-time chauffeur.
You've been complaining a lot ever since you became sheriff, you know that? I am confused. If Officer Mayer did not want to come, he could have chosen not to come.
Shut up, bodyguard.
Take that, Sheriff.
Okay, I'm doing this because sheriffing is way too boring. I thought it was all about actions, street chase, busting gangs. Turns out I've already seen all the action as a deputy. These days I'm spending about half my time in the office doing stupid paperwork. I don't know what exactly I signed up for, but this is definitely not it.
People are strange. I thought the promotion should be a good thing. It is a good thing, but our knight is not the average salary man.
Whatever you say. Are we done yet? Found anything useful? The way I see it, one man's trash is another man's trash.
I don't really know. There's plenty of interesting stuff for sure. Just haul them all back with your wagon. There's got to be something useful in this pile.
I've never seen you working this hard. Come on, Tai Ching the slacker, digging up the sheriff's journals and researching new tech? This can't be happening.
I'm a changed man. I was slacking because those were supposed to be Cher's domain, but what would he do when he comes back if I master them all? Right now, though, let's just say that my outlook has changed and I've got to make up for lost time.
What's with the hurry? Artborns now recognized as legal citizens. You have all the time in the world.
No. Legal status is only the beginning. You gotta look at the big picture. I'm working for a place in the world.
A place in the world? Don't you have it already?
I mean a place in the natural order of things. Right now, the continued existence of Artborns relies entirely on Dragon Ink. Dragon Ink, coming from the remains of the obscure, is anything but sustainable. Right now, everything seems to be fine, because we have more than enough of that stuff left. What if one day we run out of Dragon Ink? That day will eventually come.
True.
That's what I'm working on. substitute dragon ink with something sustainable, so that artborns can become an integral part of the natural order of things. I can relate. The natural order of things, like my body, a self-sustained ecosystem. All parts support each other. An introduced species cannot exist for long unless it becomes part of the whole. Exactly. 4K is a source of my inspiration. The design of his body is simplistic and sustainable. We artborns need something like that to ensure our continued existence. For that, I've got to master all potential substitute technologies. I don't know how long that will take, but one way or another, we must get it done somewhere down the road. When Cher comes back, he'll see a world change for the better. Man, that was a great speech. You're more of a visionary than Art ever was. Respect, man. Haha. I wouldn't mind a little cult of personality. Now, how do you feel about being my chauffeur? It's an honor, right? I wouldn't call it that yet. Are we gonna hear on Johnny Chen? What happened with the most upsetting villain of the game that was dealing with some fucked up shit and frankly was in the right overall? A fine morning, just like the one when the flying machine crashed. I can't believe it's been 3 weeks already. Morning, Your Majesty. I was right. He just has the furniture. Morning. The one remaining dragon. I recently paid Zone 2 a visit undercover. There's a new bard, a wolfling, quickly making a name for himself in local theaters. Is that so? Does he have any interesting story to tell? A very good one. About 3 heroes saving Bluescales. Full of plot twists, too. I do have questions about certain parts of the plot, though. For example, the villain, Art, factored everything into his plan. How could he forget to arm the bombs? Because someone disarmed them, of course. Aha. That makes sense. With his visual impairment, he couldn't tell red from green. I can't believe being colorblind still had a payoff. This story is so dense with things that come up so much later. There he is. Oh my god. He looks wild. I visited the machine multiple times after all. I was not there just for sightseeing. So he did fuck with this stuff. Like, that makes sense in hindsight. Like, no, he actually did. He fucked with it the first time. He disarmed all the bombs. I'm not surprised. The whole ordeal was interesting, wouldn't you say? Uncle Bay tried everything to remain anonymous in his lifetime. Who could have thought that the obscure made such a big splash a century after his death? That's nobilis for you. Even in death, they affect the fate of the world. That being said, you really shouldn't put your own life on the line like that, Your Majesty. It was too risky. They could have seen through your disguise. I wouldn't if I had the choice, Albus. Just have a look at my court. Is there one single soul I can trust? Many people can't wait to see me gone. Art was just one of them. You are about the only one that I can rely on. Can I send you out to handle this potential crisis? No. We're truly doomed if the last member of the Servitude clan is killed in action. Considering everything, I had to pick up my old career for a while. We'd be equally doomed if something happened to you. The last true dragon, also the Emperor of Bluescales. Your safety is more important, Your Majesty. Oh, I just straight up lost track of the person changing. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. The last true dragon, also the Emperor of Bluescales. Your safety is more important, Your Majesty.
But I used to be a special field agent. Quite a good one, too. That gives me an idea. Listen, why did the spy bring a ladder to the bar? They heard the drinks were on the house.
Your joke is as stylish as ever, Your Majesty.
Also, how could they see through my disguise? I had none. Me playing myself, the performance was impeccable.
I wonder if him being a secret agent and sneaky is why people don't know if there was 9 or 10 emperors before. Like, they lost all the other emperors, but he's still around, and he might have evaded whatever went wrong because he's the spy, but also there's no continuity between old him and new him because people never knew old him because he was in the shadows. So they knew there were 10 emperors, but they only knew 9 of the emperors. And then he had to enter the spotlight when he became the emperor, the only emperor. But I'm just guessing. That's not the point. Are you a foreigner? Half foreign, you could say. My mother was an Orbis from another country. It's not so obvious because the genes of nobilis are too powerful. They overwrite mingled blood. He looks like he's staring at us now. I just noticed that in the background. My father's dynasty was overthrown by a coup when I was a child. My older brother and I were sent to our mother's homeland for our safety. Now it's annexed as Bluescales' Zone 4. I thought that we were asking a question as Albus, and that we're maybe playing as them right now. But we might have asked the question as the player, and he might be answering us directly, and that's why he's looking at us. I feel like Albus might be like, who are you talking to in a minute? I spent my younger days there. Culturally and biologically, I'm half foreign indeed. Are you a psychic? Yes. One of my mother's brothers taught me tarot reading. My accuracy is about 30%, but hey, it's clearly not just tossing a coin, which should be 30% accurate. That's worse. What's the point of tarot reading, you ask? Unless you can augment it? Like, can you add the percentages? Well, I don't know. People just need something that is not coin tossing to believe in, I guess. Are you the Deep One? The Deep One is in fact an organization, and I used to be a member of it, or so I'd like to think. You'd like to think, so you're not sure? Am I or am I not? You know better than I do. Yep, I'm so right. Your Majesty, who are you talking to, if you don't mind me asking? Ha! Please ignore that. During this trip, I learned a new game. Have 2 generals stand in a deep water tank, holding their weapons high. We stand somewhere higher and toss rings at them. We should have a match sometime. 1 point for each ring caught by the weapons. I don't see the fun in that, Your Majesty. Just try it out. You never know. Tai Ching is rather good at this, because he had infinite air bursts and cheated, basically. About Tai Ching and his friends. They're famous now. Everyone's talking about how 3 heroes saving the day, especially in Zones 1 and 2. It's the perfect time to pass an Art-Born's Recognition Act. This time we hardly had any resistance. Good. The furniture finally did something that matters. You know what? 3 heroes didn't save the day on their own. They did it because someone with immense power was helping them along the way. If you say so. Haha. Come with me, Albus. I really love the view here, you know. Especially in early morning, when the day is still young, and the night isn't quite ready to go yet. Such twilight is mesmerizing.
It's the perfect time to relive moments from my past. A penny for your thoughts, Your Majesty? Right now, I'm going over the brief adventure at Sky Lotus Camp. That was fun. When you say my past, I was expecting something older. The trio I met at camp was truly amazing. They could communicate with each other, even when being physically apart. Is that not just part of the ink reveal, I guess? Incredible, don't you think? He's looking at the player again. Right, because that was me. Sorry, Your Majesty, I don't know what you mean. Tai Ching thought it was the power of recording spells, while Triratna chalked it up to karma at work. One way or another, there is one thing their theories can't explain. There was one thing that shouldn't have happened, no matter what. That is the true miracle. You must know what I'm talking about. Tai Ching knowing about dragon perils, Transmutation knowing the elevator password. Is it oral? Is it all of those things? I thought it was the smelling salt that was impossible. It was sent to like the totally wrong character. Transmutation knowing the elevator password, I guess, is the biggest one. If I can try to remember how it worked. Yeah, she just got lucky from her perspective and guessed an impossible password. And we now know that they couldn't even be transferring the information in real time because I was playing as Transmutation in the past. So they didn't even know it yet. Triratna used his power to figure out the password of the elevator gate the day after Mid-Autumn Day. Transmutation, on the other hand, received the password the day before. Neither Tai Ching's spells nor Triratna's karma vision could do that, passing messages backwards in time. It was a true miracle, something that defies all the laws of nature in this world. Do you know what that insinuates? Am I the true dragon? Whatever force made our little miracle happen, it must possess power far beyond our imagination. That's what I'm thinking, and what I've been wanting to tell you about. Excuse me, Your Majesty. The fuck? I don't think this you is me. So who are you talking to? You know the answer, Albus. A long time ago, 10 emperors founded Bluescales. One of them left nothing behind. The truth, he was not a dragon, but the original deep one. Maybe I should address the 10th emperor as they, with capitalized T, befitting a god. And they are here with us today. In fact, they've been listening to our conversation for a while. Say something, please. Here I am. Ha! It's been a very long time, my old friend. That's who he was looking for. In my world, it's been over a century since we last met. How have you been? Your Majesty. When you said the trio had help, I thought you meant yourself. Of course not. I am but one member of their team. Are you serious?
Forgive me if I'm not getting the punchline. I can't hear or see anyone other than you. My ears are ringing, or is it the game? Do they really exist? That's a strange set for grammar. Oh. You're not supposed to hear them, Albus. I am the only one who can. Each nobilis is born with a special talent, except for me. I was born with no apparent talent at all. It was the advent of them that made me understand what my talent was. The ability to sense such a higher being and communicate with them. That's my talent as a true dragon. In a sense, I'm their interpreter. This name, Tarjumdad, was specially made for you, old friend. In the other native language of mine, it means he who translates or interprets. But I don't know you. I figured. If you knew me, you'd have seen through my tricks. I sensed your presence, although you were somehow different from before. I made many arrangements to make you aware of yourself. Why not just greet me, you must be wondering. If I did that, you'd take me for an NPC with poor writing. That was what had happened when we first met. More importantly, you wouldn't realize the full extent of your power unless you discover it on your own. Remember this, so this whole time the 10th Emperor was the player. Some past player of some other game. Remember the series of moving rooms in the flying machine? You guided the trio through it because it was a lot easier to see the big picture from your vantage point. Did they not have I thought they just had a hologram, honestly. I, on the other hand, spent hours finding my way out. I swear they just had a big... Didn't they have a hologram that showed... Oh no, because it was the hologram diagram, but then it zoomed out to show the entire area, which I could see separately. That was on the screen. The holograms were just generic. As to the final part that involved seeing across multiple planes, they couldn't possibly have done it without your help. It was you who truly saved Bluescales. Where was I? Oh yes. Is this the first time we met from your perspective? What's going on? Because time flows differently in your world. To me, Transia arrived at the camp one day ahead of Triratna and Tai Ching, but from your perspective, she was late by a day. That was how Transia received a message from her future. Likewise to me, we met long ago, but from your perspective, that day is in the distant future. Is there anything I want to ask him? What really are Tai Ching and the gang? You are from an entirely different plane. Physically entering my world is impossible. The only way for you to interact with things on this side is through 3 faces. Or 3 avatars, if you will. There has to be 3 of them each time. For this advent, you use Tai Ching, Transia, and Triratna as your faces. How did you know this much? Because I was one of your faces a century ago. Was it you and Master Lu and the Obscure? My uncle took the throne in a coup when I was but a child. General Feng helped my brother and me escape to my mother's old country. We met you on the way, and you appointed us as your 3 faces. With your power, we managed to build up a force to take back the throne. My brother and 8 of our most trusted friends ruled as a group. There was a 10th seat left for you. 10 emperors brought together brought Bluescales into a golden age. However, I was the only one who could sense and talk to you. So we were the 10th person all along. My theory of him surviving since the previous generation was true, but he was one of the 9 that people knew about. Other faces, including my brother and General Fang, didn't know much about you. As to how I knew so much, you told me everything in my past and your future. So did you know about the downfall of the dragons this whole time? Why call me the Deep One? Before that, we just addressed you as God. After you restored the throne, the Emperors and the Servitude clan called you the 10th. I guess we were the... No, we're not the Blessing. The Blessing is something else still, right? Neither of that was suitable. As your interpreter, it was my job to make you an appropriate name. So we're the translucent one. That's why in the vision there's 10 Emperors, one of which is translucent, one of which is the Blessing, apparently. You once told me that your world had one extra dimension than ours. Depth. It was like the ocean, you said. Oh my goodness, they literally exist in 2D? What does that even mean when he looks... Albus just looked into the background. Other than up, down, left, and right, you choose to dive in. There were amazing sights further in, you said. That gave me the idea. The Deep One. The god widely worshipped along the coastline was a perfect name. In old stories, the Deep One has 3 faces. One of mercy, one of rage, one of joy. That suits you. Who's mercy, rage, and joy in the main group? Is Triratna rage because he explodes things and he does get the angriest out of the 3, even though he's like the Zen one that also is the most relaxed of the 3, but he's like doing it on purpose, like he's very intentionally doing it. Which is maybe Tranzi is mercy and maybe Taiching is joy because he's a silly boy. The Golden Age of Bluescales. The greatness of Bluescales was wrought by you. Most of us couldn't sense your presence, but there was no mistake that a higher power was working with us. They served you and offered their various talents. Where did new tech come from? It was you who brought it from another world. With technologies far ahead of our time, and your omnipotent power, we made Bluescales a legend like no other. Unfortunately, everything ended with your departure. A few years after you left, the blessing fell from the sky and died. Oops. With other true dragons and members of the Servitude clan following suit. Soon, I was the only one left. Damn. What happened to your people? To tell the truth, I don't know. I have no idea what happened to true dragons, or why I'm the sole survivor. You were the only one who might know a thing or two about it, but you were not there. The most popular conspiracy theory is that I murdered all true dragons to seize the throne. Because I'm the useless piece of furniture. The only way for me to become something is to exterminate all other dragons. A lot of people believe that. What about you? I don't believe it. Thank you. I haven't seen any trust in over 100 years. Even Albus doesn't believe me. The real reason behind the demise of my kind will probably remain a mystery indefinitely. However, I've been keeping one thing in mind. Before you left, you told me to take care of myself and Bluescales. I have been doing that to the best of my ability. In my own desperate times, it was the belief that you would come back to save the day that kept me going. You, the guardian of Bluescales, will forever watch over us. You've done well. Thank you, old friend. You have no idea how much that means to me. And
I see that you're still using those antler seals. Because of my talent, I was the only thing that you could physically touch in this world. When my baby antlers fell off, I made them into 2 seals. Okay, and done. With those, you could respond to our reports and petitions. That's how the quests work? The quest log is somehow diegetic and the stamps are made of his antlers and it's the only way that we interact with the world? That's extremely goofy. Okay and done are even like strange commands. Huh. Hello again, old friend. Okay. I'm so glad you still have them. To you, we're meeting for the first time, but these seals are the proof that our friendship has already happened. It's time to say goodbye again, I suppose. Normally you shouldn't be here, where none of your current faces is present. That could only mean one thing. In your words, the credits will start to roll soon. It's an ending in my time, but in your time it's only the beginning. We will meet again, old friend, in my past and your future. Together, what's left of the Servitude clan will continue to watch over Bluescales. It's an honor, sire. Now, old friend, goodbye. We have done this before, watching sunrise on this tower. That was a century ago. Oh, he has wings! Surprise! Ah, this sight. As breathtaking as before. Finn. Oh. There you are, Toma. Dad. You are doing great as the man of the house, better than I could ever hope for. Take a break, son, you've earned it. No need, Dad. I'm actually enjoying this job. That's my son. You should take a break. I know Triratna told you to watch Pota closely, but you really don't need to follow him around the clock. How's he doing these days? Not bad at all. I'm teaching him to make ink. He's getting the hang of it super quick. Something funny about him talking like that. That's great. With me selling and Pota making, we're an unstoppable business machine. At this rate, we'll move to Zone 1 in a couple of years. Zohar and Bullwolf. Those are some extremely furry-ass usernames. Okay. People are not going by their normal names here. I didn't fully expect that. We never got to know whether or not Pota goes around as a wolf all the time. Did he embrace his persona or not? Or was it just a disguise? It feels complicated to come back here. For who? Is Johnny back? Welcome, Thum. Neither of you live here. I guess she kind of lives here. Hello, Grad. How have you been? Has anyone told you look great? Can't be better. Haven't been poisoned lately, so that's nice. I haven't felt this good in a long time. The medicine Tai Ching made for me is working wonders. Glad to hear. Lord Five hired me. He said you put in more than a good word for me. Ah, yes. He bought this place and hired me as the butler. It's a big place, and I'm not getting any younger. So I told him about this dependable young man. Name's Bup. Thumb Bup. Thumb up. Haha, I see. Next, you're gonna help me move all this furniture out. Lord Five wants to make this place a museum of his collections. Is it gonna turn into the place I was running around in earlier? Was that
Was that whole place we were running around in actually from the epilogue? By then, we need a receptionist. This old bat isn't the looker she used to be, so you'd better take care of that. Don't say that about yourself. You're a charming lady who ages well. Receptionist. Just the right job for a 5-star review magnet like me. Art by Wolf Soul. Are we gonna find out what happened to Johnny? Say. Junior's got a lab job and nights in his fancy office. Field work is boring these days. Not that we have much work to do anyway. Since that art business wrapped up, Zone 2 has been unnaturally quiet. Speaking of art, that was a mighty interesting case. Easily 300 pages, a good story. Like a book. Like if someone wrote a book, but then they visualized it. They like visualized their novel. Not my fault writing novels on duty. It's not like I've got anything better else to do. This smells sus. Maybe one bite? Isn't that a pillow? Oh, man. This is taking boring to a whole new level. Is it off duty time, Nat? Well, I guess I'm not the worst police officer. I don't recognize these usernames necessarily. I don't remember everyone's voices. Shit. Today is my last show. Thank you, everyone. We had a good run, but now I've got to chase my dreams. How's that for a closing line? Cliche. I'm sure I've heard something like that before, somewhere, more than once. It doesn't have to be unique as long as it's heartfelt. I'm still not sure what the fuck your show is. You're just like, look at me, wow, I'm a VTuber. Bye. Yeah, I guess. This feels surreal. He just celebrated his debut anniversary too long ago. Now he's retiring already? Things happen. Hearts change. Haha. I enjoy doing this with you guys, but as the oldest of the three, I've got to think about our future. Now that Artborns are recognized as legal citizens, we don't have to hide anymore. I had a talk with Dad. We think it's time to start some family business. Don't worry about your showbiz. Dad doesn't support it, but doesn't really mind either. What you should do is prove to Dad that it can be a legit business. If you manage to do that, will you come back? I wouldn't say no if you insist. Maybe in a different outfit. It's time to try something new. How about something furry? What do you think? Uh-huh. Just become a furry. Do it. Embrace furry. How do I exist in the paint somehow transforms you into a fully functional furry body? It is hard to fight crime when the crime rate in Bluescales keeps going down like this. Fortunately, being Taijing's bodyguard pays just enough to put food on the table. Food from my ant colony. I do not need much food, or a table. It is a figure of speech, often used by surface dwellers in conversations and writing. Talking like a surface dweller seems to make me more likable, as I have found. In that case, maybe I should keep talking like this, although it still feels weird. Other than keeping Tai Ching safe, I had an interesting gig the other day, escorting a family of 3 to their hometown in the countryside. A family of 3, all humans, beefy son, slowpoke dad, speedster mom, a fun combination. Apparently, the dad used to be a big deal in Zone 1, but lost everything because he took the wrong side of the political world. Now the Emperor offers to give his old job back, but he's not taking it. He'd rather be a simple family man in the countryside. Well, that's an eye-opener, as they say on the surface. I thought old surface dwellers lived for money and power.
A simple family man. That was unexpected. I have a lot more to learn. Dude, that's a lot of art. So the writer also draws. Well, I'll be damned. This game's programmed and written by one person. Jesus Christ. I was joking when I said you should get the teaching job. Now you have your own school. Can't do it without you, Smarty. For administrative approvals and everything, you're a great general manager, you know that? Nah, you did the bulk of the work. We wouldn't be here if you didn't get phenomenal reviews from your tutoring gigs. Kids and parents love you. This is your school, Cocky. Hopefully I don't get too cocky. I had a lot of plans for the future. This was not one of them. Let's make something out of this school, partner. Yeah, let's do that, partner. I'm also here. Oh wait, bosses. Aren't you hiring me to make a sculpture of the principal? Which one of you is the principal? The public face of the school, of course. Am I right, Smarty? Wait a minute, I'm the general manager. I manage this school. That makes me the principal. A school is an academic institution. Can you even spell institution right? Oh yeah? Try and get a government permit with all your fancy spelling then. Come on, not this again. Pixabay, that's one of the places that came up in my my visual novel video. It's one of the cited places to get assets. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow's a grand opening day. I'm kind of nervous. Don't you worry about it. With me on the stage, this place will be packed. It's a restaurant, not a theater. Good, everything's ready to go. Oh, I did some more adjustments in the groovy kitchen. Just cook as hard as you want. It's gonna be one heck of a rave party. Don't cook as hard as you want. Cook at the rate that makes the cooking work. Do not cook at other speeds. I was just telling him. It's a restaurant. We don't need no rave party. If anything, can I have a quieter kitchen system, please? Oh, then you need the last generation Groovy Zero. This thing you have here is a dinosaur. Come to my workshop sometime. See how the latest technology redefines the kitchen. The price is kinda high, but it's a good investment. The system pays for itself. Maybe when my restaurants start to actually make money. Anytime, buddy. Say, Drab, why don't you tell us one of your new stories? Nope. My stories are in high demand these days. You've got to pay me for it. Ha. Our old Drab is a star now. I don't know who's talking each time. Where do I put this sign, Half? That's him. Thank you for picking that up, brother. Don't mention it. I'm closing the fruit shop for a couple days to help out. Close shop? Won't the monk nag your ears off? That's the beautiful part. He's out of town for a few days. So I'm pent up. That restaurant name, R&R. Who came up with it? Triratna? Tarjumdad? They worked together on it. How'd you know? It's kind of obvious. Localization into Japanese and English. That person has a very different name style than the other people did. About Johnny and Skylo. The amnesty doesn't pardon everyone. According to Bluescales laws, 10 crimes are unforgivable. Among them are patricide and high treason. So Skylo's missing because he did treason? Which part of what he did was treason? Was it scheming with the guy? Also, Just so we're clear, Johnny did not commit patricide. He's not the guy's son. It's murder, but it's also murder in self-defense when they were planning to kill you. But either way, it's not patricide because they're not related. That being said, their cases fell in a legally gray area. Johnny isn't really Ever's son, not biological. Maybe not adopted either. The adoption process itself was a legal mess. As to Skylo, he was just Art's glorified errand boy who knew nothing of the big plan. That could exempt him from high treason charge. Anyway, whichever way it goes, I've got to do a thorough investigation and prepare all sorts of paperwork. They will get their fair and just trial for sure. That means a mountain of work. I was thinking about taking a break while Tai Ching and his buddies are out of town. As the sheriff, I guess a break is too much to ask for. Speaking of Tai Ching, I wonder where they went. Life isn't fair. They're having fun while I'm buried in paperwork. Indie Nova. Do we get no closure on Johnny? Do we just get a hint of like, well, he's gonna have a trial over this mess? It's rough because he's one of the most developed and interesting and complicated and fucked up villains where you're like, but he's right? They were gonna murder him? What else was he supposed to do? Here we are. How is this place? Great view. Clean air. We haven't got together ever since the end of the end of art business, except for some tricky body paint sessions, and those don't count. It's just you, man. I see Transy every once in a while. You should hang out with us more. Is that so? What are we doing in the middle of nowhere? Just hiking for no other reason? Not the middle of nowhere. It's part of His Majesty's private land. It's what? Can we just walk in like this? Don't you worry about that. I got us a permit. It looks deserted, but once upon a time a large dragon clan used to live here. Agate Art spent his childhood on this mountain. Agate Art? You mean the real one, not the seer? That would be over 100 years ago. More or less. The communities were relocated after they built Bluescales. Nature reclaimed the land over the years. What I really want to say is that Obscure did a lot of landscape paintings featuring this mountain. The Obscure. Our creator. I think I know where this is going. Exactly. This is Mount Panted in real life. One day, the Obscure saw a monk and a priest debating when he was on a routine visit to this mountain. They were so concentrated they didn't notice the gathering audience. Not just the Obscure. Wild animals came out of hiding to listen. Inspired by the sight, the Obscure wrote a story and made a series of illustrations for it. So they weren't animals who were inspired by those two into existence to transform, but those two did actually canonically inspire their existence. They really did. The priests were real. The priest and the monk were real, and these three were created by their existence happening. Okay. Which in turn inspired young Agate Art, who eventually became the Obscure's apprentice according to Seer Art. And Agate Art was so fascinated by these illustrations because, yep, they were based on his childhood home. Over 100 years we've come full circle. A perfect closure, one would say. Yeah, you can say that. In a sense, we're visiting our home now. Let's make this one of the best days of our lives. To the peak. I'm gonna beat you both. Let's go! I won't go down without a fight. Incidentally, last time person I fought with, I now live with. Kind of. We made it. That was Threefold Recital. That was cool. It's interesting playing a game that's so thoroughly from its culture. It's part of the fun of playing indie games. I get to tour a lot of the world and completely different sources for these things. At this point, it'd be interesting to try to map them all, because it's been all over the place. I love the art. The writing was really solid. There's like mistakes here and there, but overall it's pretty solid. It's actually like obsessive the way that this game is written and how every single detail comes up again somewhere. There's always closure. There's always another thing to layer on. Like, it's very dense and interesting on that level. So that was, whoa, those are names. Are those placeholders or randomized things? I assume that some of these are like supporter credits or something, since they're not like organized in any particular way. Demos 101, Demos 101, Demos 101, Demos 101, Demos 101. I am the wolf, you know what if you know what I mean, I think it said. Are there any funny names? Magic Skull, Potholder, Simile Bear. I was ready to take a break a while ago, but I was worried the game might have not been saving at all for the entire time, because I wasn't ever walking around on foot for like the last like hour, and I was like, ah. So I'm like ready for the credits to end, because I'm like, I need to eat dinner before my stream starts, please. I'm running out of time. But this was a cool experience. I'm very glad that I played it. There was literally just a random commenter. Sorry, I don't remember who you were. Someone was just said like, are you gonna play Threefold Recital? And I was like, that's a weird combination of words to hear together. So I just Googled that and I saw, an extremely furry game with great art that is just done instead of being, you know, all of our like Western early access Patreon funded indie furry visual novels that take years to come out and then you just hope they finish one day. This one just blindsided me. It was just out already and I had no idea it was coming out or that it was existed beforehand. And then I was like, yeah, sure. I definitely was like almost immediately was like hopping on it and checking it out. And I'm happy I did. It's been a fun ride. I definitely wish that there were some moments where they let you solve puzzles a little more, because there's definitely moments in the game where they write puzzles into the story and then they kind of get solved by the characters or the narrative without you getting to do a bit of like adventure gaming. So like mechanically it'd be cool if the game was a little bit more of an adventure game and a little less of you kind of following instructions and then just letting a visual novel play out. So it does ultimately end up being more of a glorified visual novel that just has you wandering around and getting to feel like you explore, which does give you a little bit more of like a... It's like, there's like a certain level of like variety people like to mix into games. They used to be done less elegantly, like when God of War has you do a puzzle where you push a box around. It's like, why is Kratos pushing a box around? That seems out of character and strange. But more nowadays, modern games more elegantly weave you in and out of a bunch of different activities and verbs in a less gimmicky way. In a way, having a visual novel where you wander around a little bit between each segment lets you like stretch your legs and take a breath for a moment instead of just continually reading the entire time. Even if every time you click on something, it lets you read something again. No, I failed something. What did I even fail? What even were the quests in that part, honestly? Who knows? No! You're serious? That's incredible. That is incredible to end my fucking playthrough with a 621 score. Now I'm happy that I failed that objective. Fuck it. Thus concludes the adventure of the Artborns. Thank you for staying to the end. You can now return to any chapter of the game to go over the story again. During replay sessions, you have a fast forward button to skip story parts that you're familiar with. Return here anytime with a go home button on the options menu. The scoreboards in front of each chapter keeps your highest score and secrets you've uncovered. Oh, so you can go back and try to complete them non-linearly now. Interact with the painting on the wall to switch player characters. Ah. And one more thing. You now have access to the staff den. Drop by any time you want to meet the minds behind this game. That's it. Enjoy. Where past and future meet. Deep Estate. Interesting. The Deep Estate. So it's like my estate? No secret surprise character, just the three of them. Well, I like Triratna because he's hot. Also, he is very fun. He does have the most fun personality, I think, with his particular limitations. All right, I'm gonna take a break, but I'll wrap up the rest of it in a moment, because I need to eat right now. Alrighty, I'm back later doing stuff and things. Let's do the turn and the stuff and the thing. Yeah. Yeah, lottery and stuff. Oh, I'm so rich and full of collectibles, I'll definitely read the bios of for hours. Damn, I have a lot of points. These are like 300 each. Where all these points come from? The score at the end of that thing was only 621, which is extremely funny. But I've got like 3,000 to spend, and I haven't even been to the machine yet. Okay, I admittedly can't hear myself think. Sure, that's chill. I'm just like, I was like, this is actually so loud that I can't think right now. I assume that when you get duplicates, it's just additional lore entries, and it does not actually, like, go deeper. It doesn't, like, change their appearance or unlock more visuals for the next room. Alright, how much am I gonna get out of this guy? Another 680, damn. Yep, maxed out walk distance, jump height, drop height, number of jumps, number of interactions, karma spent and acquired, which you'd think would be pretty similar number. It's not really worth tracking independently, whatever. Gachapon spins. So the first two rows are maxed out. None of this stuff is. I wonder if it's... Actually, I wonder if it's ordered by rank. Nope, 2 is in the middle of there. So I didn't make it very far at Affinity Lines Scene. I wonder if I missed my chances to look at them more or something? I don't spam quick save enough. Dang. These are mostly about you spamming abilities, I guess? Oh, I did max out playtime. I probably let it run at some point too. Is that 1,400 minutes? I don't know what it's being counted as. Maximum Gachapon. Okay, it looks like it'll do less than 10. So this is just an up to 10 setting. It'll like round down, thankfully, and not be a stickler about when you're in the last 10 worth. There are more things in there. I'll do a little tour, I guess, of this place. Oh yeah, hey. These two are here now, hanging out in like the main cast row. Do they really... Should Albus really be in the main cast row? The only living member of the Servitude clan. As far as the Emperor knows, his karma vision is stronger than Triratna's. Oh, so that's a member of the Servitude clan. Yeah, they're pale. I guess that adds up. Got all the officials from the murder investigation. Got Granny, Johnny Chen. And things did not work out for him. Wi-Fi. How is his real identity Johnny Chen 6? I don't think that's what real identity mean, game. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it feels like it feels kind of gross to summarize him as being the 6th Johnny Chen, when that is objectively not his original identity. It's an identity he was forced to assume. Hey, the cow guys these two are in constant dancing mode, that's fun. So is this guy. 3 of them are permanently dancing. Oh, 4 of them are. This guy's grim. It's Triratna's boyfriend. Bet none so. Oops. This guy's in prison. Oh, there's the evil plan stuff. The last of the stuff is pretty filled in at this point. The secret lab. The actors, who are also artists. The weird bomb stuff. All the lore is everywhere. Oh yeah, you even have the giant the entire Dragon View Tower. Located within the Emperor's Summer Palace, this tower has stunning views, even without the breathtaking remains of the blessing. Visitors, not counting Albus, must acquire a permit for the Emperor himself. Oh, so it wasn't about the blessing, it was about the tower. A lot of locations and equipment on the right side of the screen, and a lot more cast and characters on the left side of the screen. This has been a neat game. No running. You can't stop me. I'm unstoppable. Unflappable Kimmy Schmidt. That's definitely what that was called.
Alright, so what's in the staff room? Yep, those are all the people who worked on the game. Writing and directing. Is this the guy who did basically everything? Nope. Zohar. Wow, hey there. Thanks for playing our game. I'm Zohar, the game's producer, plus writer, plus programmer, plus tiny bit of graphic designer. Feel free to call me Zo. Okay, so that is the person that wrote and programmed the game. Sure, Zo. You've made it to this room, meaning you've already beaten the game. Congrats. People say that reading a book is having a spiritual conversation with its writer. We just had a spiritual conversation of 10 plus hours. I'm thrilled, humbled, and honored at the same time. Oh, easily 20, buddy. I'm reading this game out loud. One big thank you. Sincerely, this means a lot to me. By the way, if you're interested in the making of the game, you can enable director commentary here. Every time you complete the full set of description for one display trophy in the exhibition room, you'll see some additional gossip from yours truly. That's what director commentary means. So it's not like Valve games where it's like throughout the campaign itself. You get director commentary on any full bios you've maxed out, which I have no idea which ones I've done or not. Of course, you may not be interested in that. So far, you've done more than plenty of reading. I totally understand. Bring it on. Director commentary is on. If you find it annoying, come back here and turn it off. Enjoy. I mean, it sounds like it only affects the bios in the other room, right? So it's not gonna really... I don't see how it could really be annoying. Bullwolf. Oh, Triratna. No, wait. I'm seeing you in this room. That means you're the deep one. I'm Bullwolf, the producer of Threefold Recital. Thank you for playing our game. Hope you liked it. I'll be so honored if you did. We hit a lot of little secrets and nooks and crannies. Some of them can be hard to find. But how about this? I'll tell you about all the secrets in each chapter, so you know what to watch out for. Shh, just between us, you don't want the other two guys to hear it. What do you say? You want some moderate spoiler? That'd be great. Anyway, alrighty, check out these scoreboards outside chapter rooms. Now you should see lists of all secrets and hints on how to unlock them. Huh. Well, that's a whole ass thing, isn't it? It's just this is the artist then, right? Wolf Soul. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm proud seeing someone make it this far into our game. How do you feel about it? I'm Wolf Soul, the artist of the team. In charge of making portraits, scenes, animation, sprites, and stuff. Whatever the director wants, I try to make it happen. Truth be told, I'm kind of new to video game artworks. Luckily, Zohar has already laid much of the groundwork, and Bullwolf is here for technical support. Plus, Dobuki helped me out with outsourced graphic works from about the halfway point. With our combined effort, I'd say graphic-wise, Threefold Recital represents the best of my ability. I'd be so happy if you like what you see. I want to do more with fine details, but Wolf often reminded me of reality. Great idea, he'd say, but right now it's prioritized finishing the game. He's totally right. If you're interested in the artwork of this game, our early concept arts, I can show you our secret art book. You interested? Yeah. Arts. This is what the universe looks like a bit. We don't actually get to see a lot of the outdoors. There's everybody. Pretty much how we're used to them looking. Whole dedicated page. Initially had very different hair, I'm noticing. That's very noticeable. Triratna's pretty similar. He used to have a cap all the way across the top, or had a version of that planned, I guess. Things got a bit looser in some places. Snout got pointed up a little bit more. Transi is pretty similar, yeah. They more or less do what they were looking for. He had a much more cop-ass cop shirt originally. I don't think I've ever seen the wait, hold on pose that's up there. A lot of side characters. His fucking Super Saiyan ass pose was so absurd. That was very funny. He had such a condescending pose too, yeah. Oh, the insane number of custom character sprites. Hello. Do we know these characters? They've got little red things on. Were they in the crowd or something during that one scene and kind of came and went? Definitely some similarities with some of the other characters that probably help with, like, duplication. Yep, then you have this extended bunch of dudes. There were so many characters. There was so much art for Bet None. Including, like, his, like, villain stuff. Whoa. So that's the initial ideas of the dragon and of the servant class. The pale people. I keep periodically forgetting again that this game has humans in it. His costume swap was wild. And the villain, who we only meet at the very end of the game. Is he a squid? An octopus? That's Sherlock. We got our backgrounds to scale. Beautifully cluttered environment starting in chapter 2 in particular. These are mostly the backgrounds as we've seen. It says concept, so I don't know if there's actually, I don't know how much they change or not though. It looks like this is laid out to be ready for like a print book. I wonder if they did that. Like a zine. Oh yeah, I guess they had to make multiple entire scenes just for the epilogue here. Just the outro had like the crash with all the bombs, the horizon with the Emperor's throne, and of course the outdoor market where Bet None and Triratna are fruit stand boyfriends. An HD version of the far right banner would probably make really good thumbnail art. Like the painting in the middle here is always tempting when you're trying to do YouTube thumbnails because it's a really good drawing, but when you crunch it down to a YouTube thumbnail, it's so much less clear. It's like the flats on the right, where there's much less shading, actually makes for a clearer image for a lot of promotional stuff. Alright, well this was a cool ass game. I would like to see... I don't know if they would do more in the setting or not. It felt like it was open enough that they might have the ability to spend more time in it, but really I just want to see more games like this come out, which, given how this went, probably took a lot of fucking years actually. This guy has a whole typing animation. Should we look at the hints at the stuff? I'm not going to pursue the secrets because we're done, but I'm curious what the hints are. Oh, there's all those ones that I didn't do. They weren't telling me, they wouldn't tell me how many things I failed before. Like in this thing with Triratna, show the stone weight who's boss. Is it just, do you attack it? Or spin it around a lot? Don't leave a mess behind, check with the box. Get the box off the beam with 3 tries. That's just being good at the little game where you threw a ball. Yeah. And a quick way to get the key, ask the officer about repair bills. Some of them are just like interactions you could just miss that don't necessarily go anywhere. This is the really long chapter 2. You just can't put the mystery down. Get all the questions right when reporting tonight. Add all the ingredients you have. Say you're not sent by the deep one. Switch, find the switch hidden in books. Oh, there's a... I didn't find a whole switch? Help Knight catch Wi-Fi. Ask Knight for the highest pay possible. Have a long chat with the slacking off officer. Open the door without visiting the first dimension. Oh. So do the combination, but like cheat, essentially. Hear the butler's whole speech. Call every single number in the contact book. I could have done that, yeah. That's a commitment. Alright, so that's the vibe. It's just completionism and little interactions, but there are sneaky little ones, like finding out that there's a hidden switch in the books I didn't find. I'm like, oh, shit. Wonder how many more of stuff there is like that. Alright, well, this has been the long goodbye. It's now about time to move on from this game, I think. So, thanks for watching like always, guys. If you like the game, you can always support it on Steam by getting your own copy. And I'll see you guys next time when I find out what I'm playing next. Goodbye.